What is up, everybody? Oh my goodness, it is Monday night. We are back on my channel here, Geek Out with Roscoe, and we're here for Between the Lines. Oh my goodness, my favorite, favorite time of the week. I mean, and I just, I can never do this show without, that son of a bitch. Where's that?
Every episode, we got to check in with this Canadian douchebag.
I wonder who that is.
Because people demand it.
Yes, they do. They demand it all the time. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at
Hear
that thing.
what you definitely heard what Ralph Garman just said right at the end there. That key component that people demanded, and they're already putting their hashtags in. Hashtag Travis is a jerk. Let's get it. It's a growing hashtag, and I approve of it.
I mean, it's one of the best. I mean,
It's one of the best. It's one of the best. But man, dude, it's great to be back between the lines on your channel, like you said.
absolutely.
Like you said, we re-rotate each week between my channel and Geek Out with Roscoe's channel to screw up with the algorithm to keep YouTube on its feet and be like, you know what, YouTube, follow us around, see if you can keep up with us. And it usually doesn't, but you guys watching from home, keep up with us, and you guys keep up with the Monday night lineup a little earlier than usual. Izzyverse did go live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern because he got a secret viewing, and it might be the Marvels. He might be watching the Marvels as we speak right now, and we will know later on tonight. But I joined him over there as a special co-host today. So we talked about comics that came out this week. We talked about comics that are on the top 10 list or whatever you'd like to call it over there. But
Yeah.
Izzy's up for a Keep Specking award, so he's definitely dealing with a lot of specking over there, showing us what keys are coming out each week and what to expect on the comic shop this upcoming week. Then following that, S182 had the immortal Biggie Shack on the channel, and I learned a lot. I was in there, I was listening to what was going on over there, and I learned a lot about Biggie Shack, stuff I didn't know before. So I do appreciate S182 for bringing Biggie Shack on and getting to know him a little bit more. And that leads us to right here, right now for Between the Lines. Of course, we have other shows joining. After this, we got the top 10 alternatives with 22 comics, and then we have Cuppy, that's Cup of Comics, Will going live and doing his live show. I think every show on the Monday night lineup is nominated for a CBC award. And guys, what are the CBC awards? They are a comic book based award system that's held by Brian LCS. This is the third year, and Between the Lines and me and Roscoe individually got nominated and made it to the finalist for the CBC Awards. So definitely go check out the CBC Awards.org. You got November 18th to go cast your vote for your favorite comic book YouTubers. Not saying go vote for us, but just go vote because they're so close to hitting that 2K because it's the third year and it's grown. Each year it grows, and it's just amazing.
And we're happy that this is the first year that our show has been nominated, and we became a finalist. So we want to thank you all. Excuse me. We want to thank you all so much. We truly appreciate you guys. We couldn't do it without you. So, but if you guys vote for us, we truly appreciate it. But if you don't, just vote for your favorite. I mean, give that other person, help that other person that, but yeah, just appreciate you all. And yeah, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. We got 21 people kicking with us already.
Well, I do want to say this though. Not gonna lie, I really want Between the Lines to win. I'm not gonna lie, I would not be sad at all if we did win. Just saying, but just go vote for your favorite.
But yeah, we gotta thank you all so much. We truly appreciate you. And also, I also want to do another real quick shout out to the homies over there doing the Comics Curing Cancer C3, raising over $51,000 for the National Cancer Society. Truly appreciate everyone who donated anyone that donated or bought anything to donate to it, or anything you did, even sharing it. Truly appreciate you all, and we blew away what I even thought we were gonna accomplish. So thank you guys all so much. I just want to say that.
Yes, thank you so much. That was just it's crazy amount of people that came together for that C3 event this year. So give a round of applause to everybody in the community that did take part, whether it was doing a live stream, donating things, donating their art to it. You guys all deserve a round of applause for that. Also coming up, gotta announce this because you'll be over there as well, and I'll be co-hosting the event for Izzy's Black Friday event. If you guys would
Oh,
like to take
mhm.
part in that, looking for all artists. If you guys want to sell your art on that thing, we've already got Roscoe joining us. Bobby Delegato has pieces to sell. Norn Rad. If you guys would like to join us on Black Friday over on Izzy Versus channel, just to donate your or sell your art pieces in that on that show, you are more than welcome. Just hit up Izzyverse or myself, and we'll get you guys on the show. Sell your art. I think we
Absolutely.
got. I think we got the housekeeping out of the way, didn't we?
What's up?
I think we got the housekeeping out of the way.
Yeah. I
I
think.
think it's time to talk to these
Hey.
amazing in-betweeners that are in the chat here. And everybody that's joining us right now, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and ring that bell so you never miss a single video on Roscoe's channel and my own, because I have a few lives coming up and that few things coming in the mail. We got 21 people kicking it with us. Let's say hello to everybody that's here. First, as always, Premier Duck.
Quit up, quack quack, mother liquor.
Everybody's like, "Oh, it's Lucretius." No,
Yep.
no, there's the Screamyard Duck. I do this. In reality, it was Lucretius. So shout out to Lucretius for being the first one here.
Yes.
He showed up here at 12:47 p.m. So he definitely was the first one here. We got Comics by the Bay. What is up, my friend?
What up, Matt? How you doing, brother?
By the way, it's Comics by the Bay. We got Phil, Uncle Phil. What is up, my friend? Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
Uncle Phil.
And then we have Chop to the mother flipping drop in the building. And yeah, me and Roscoe are just out here giving everybody the finger. And you guys are eating it up. You guys were loving it. You guys tune in each week for us to give you guys the
Between
finger.
the lines, middle finger. Oh, Chop. Only took 70 something shows for someone to finally say this. No.
Yeah, right? He pieced it together. We need to change the name now.
They finally found out. Thanks a lot. No.
Yeah. What is up, Cali Comics?
What up, Callie?
Oh, we got DVH in here. We got Dr. Von Hoop from the Spiral Dimension. Comics from the Spiral Dimension.
Hoot. What up, brother?
Moving on down the list. Oh, we got Mama Roscoe in the building.
What up, mama?
Sucks I'm not going to be able to try her baked goods, but stupid post office. I hate them.
Customs, man.
You know what? I'll fight them. I want Mama Roscoe's baked goods.
All right, you just got to come here.
Mama Roscoe's baked goods will be in stores soon.
What? They will?
23 months. What is that?
What up, 23 Monch? How you doing?
I forget what somebody said the other day. They were like in the chat somewhere, and they're like, and between the lines was mentioned, and they were like, yeah, Roscoe's Modern Life and Trademark Nerdy. I was like, what? It's like, that's awesome.
Yes. Trademark Nerdy and Roscoe's Modern Life. I love it. That sounds like I don't know. Sounds like a couple people.
Moving on down the list.
Moving on down the list.
Just talking about him a little bit earlier, part of the Monday night lineup, Spawn 82. He just had Big Shaq on. We got Sugar Skulls in the building. Sugar Skulls, like you said backstage, she's going to enjoy this show.
Sugar,
And
sugar, bum, 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 bum. It plays in my head
I
every
should
time.
be receiving a package from her on Friday,
Ooh,
all the way from Kansas City. Go Chiefs!
fancy. Oh, you fancy, huh?
Yeah. I'm hoping there's some zebra cakes in there, but I highly doubt it.
Mm.
I really love those zebra cakes.
Now there's going to be the Christmas trees. Now that's what's coming out next.
Is that what I'm expecting from you now?
Yeah, because I mean, well, zebra cakes are still out, but the thing is now since Christmas is coming, they're going to do the Christmas trees, and it's basically the same thing, but it's just cooler because they're Christmas trees. um, you see zebra cakes all year round.
I don't. We don't have them here.
Oh, that's right.
So
Oops.
just
You
like
will.
you guys don't have ketchup chips. What is that Bleecker Street comic? Speaking of Canada,
What up, Big
I don't know.
Bleak?
I don't know what I did there. I forgot the other finger.
Number one. You're number one, Bleecker. Hey, Bleecker from Canada, number one.
Yeah. Well, we love our Canadian fellows around here because you know what? I'm Canadian, and Canada is just the best. We got Miss So. Or sorry, the Nocturnal Miss So.
Oh, hello, Miss So.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. We love between the lines. We love between the lines.
Bam, 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 bam. Thanks, Scotty.
Look at this
Appreciate you,
guy. I
bro.
haven't seen this guy in a little bit. He was on the
Who?
show a while back. Scott.
Hey,
Sweetness
Scott. I
Comics.
was talking to him today, actually. I said, hey, man, I would love to see an at-home edition from you.
That's
But
right.
I was like, no
He is
pressure.
not. You know who else I would love to see an at-home edition from?
Who's that?
Austin LeMay.
Oh.
Austin LeMay.
Oh my gosh, of course. Look at this guy sneaking in here. I didn't see this guy. What up, Austin? How you doing, brother? An at-home edition from Austin. Pfft. Yeah, and then it will sell
just a
for
doodle,
$500.
just a quick 5-10 minute drawing, Austin. That's all we need. That's all we need.
It will sell for $5 million.
Yeah. Everybody
Austin,
in the
what's up,
chat
brother?
can bid on it if they want. We will put up an auction. If Austin does do it, we will put up an auction at
Don't
the end
be
just for his
auctioning
piece.
stuff. He wants to keep it after he draws it.
Yeah, you could.
I've done that before. Where I'm like, I don't know, I want to sell this. I love this. My Bob's Burger stuff, man. I'm hooked to it.
Can you say hello to this person, Roscoe?
What is up, Dolly? How are you? I hope you're having a great night. I love you. I miss you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Travis, say hello to Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
I appreciate that, S-Spawn.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Roscoe doesn't appreciate it. That's all right.
Oh, all right.
do.
I guess I don't. That guy's a jerk. That's where's the hashtag Travis is a jerk, right? Isn't that supposed to be followed? My
got
man
Mike
Mike.
in here. I hope he draws too tonight, if he has some time.
Heck yeah. I would love to see Mike. I love when Mike draws. I love when everyone draws, to be honest with you. I love at-home editions. Me and Travis, it's like almost our favorite part of the whole show.
Yeah, we got one interesting one in tonight. You've already seen it. I sent it to you, and it's actually I can't wait to show you guys.
I went crazy for it.
I hope this guy draws too tonight. We got a lot of people that have been on the show.
Yeah. Yes, we do have a lot of people that can draw here in the chat. Everyone can draw. I know y'all can. I've seen it.
He believes in you.
Yes, I do.
Sorry if I missed a hello. I'm pretending to draw.
Oh, thanks, Callie. Appreciate you.
Here's another great guy here. We got Norin Rad. Aaron, what is up?
What up, Aaron? I know he's going to be drawing. I know that for a fact. He's a staple.
Roscoe killing it with the Jacqueline Duck shirt.
Hey, thank you. Who said that? Appreciate you. Or you just say that?
No, that's Mom said it. We got Katie, K-pop junkie. What is up?
What up, K-popper?
30 people watching us right now. 30 people just hanging out with us. Oh, Here we go. We got Ben Compton.
What up, Ben? How you doing, bro?
And we got James Nuck. What's up, James Nuck?
My man. Love that man. James Nugget
Hey,
in the building.
he hasn't drawn in a while either. Calling
Hey,
you
I
out,
would love
James
to see
Nugget.
him draw, right? Hey, you hear that, James? Travis said it, not me.
Yeah, that's right. I'll come at you.
Oh, damn. Appreciate you being here,
Oh,
brother.
look at this. Look at this. Oh, see?
Oh, look at that. See?
She has taste. She has taste. Unlike
Yes.
people that
We'll
say Travis is a
say
jerk.
that.
Yes, that's right. Go Chiefs. Good win from the Chiefs this weekend. Big B McFly.
What
The
up?
comic guy.
How you doing, brother? We know he's probably going to draw too, man. You know, we got a bunch of people that we love these at-homers. At-homers.
You know what? The way that I said Big B McFly, it just almost reminded me of like I wanted to almost sing like the Bill Nye the Science Guy. I was like, Big B McFly, the comic guy. Big B.
Oh, Big B McFly, the comic guy. Big.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
true.
Yeah, I'm calling you out now. Draw.
Oh,
Zebra
dang.
cakes are awesome. Love them. Love them. Just that's what I want for Christmas from everybody is just send me all of the zebra cakes. You
Hell
see
no.
me after Christmas just sending you a photo of me on the couch.
48 boxes of zebra cakes.
Yeah, it surrounded me.
What up,
gained
Trev?
like 200 pounds.
How you doing, brother?
Said,
Appreciate you being here.
Trev, my American father. We want ketchup chips.
Hey, ketchup chips. Yo, you sent me those, and those were fire, man.
Those spicy ones, the spicy ketchup, Miss Vicky's chips. Yes, they were. They're amazing.
They were tasty.
Our guest next week,
Yes.
Cryo Prime.
Can't wait, bro.
Coming in.
It's been a while.
Good theme next week. Good theme. I had to send Bleeker the theme this past Sunday because he's just like still the same.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, because I started drawing that already, but
no, I had to send Bleeker the theme this past Sunday because he's like, I already got the theme done this week.
Nice.
So I need the theme for next week. So I was like,
he's been drawing too. I love it, man. I love that everyone's been drawing.
He's drawing tonight. We got Dan in the building.
Hey, what up, Dan? How you doing, brother?
We were talking about Brian LCS just a little bit ago.
Hey, Brian, what up? How you doing, bro?
I thought I did say hello to. I thought I did say hello to him prior, but I guess I didn't.
Time out for you, Elma. That's great.
Here we go. We got Bobby Della Ghetto in the building. What's up, Bobby?
What up, Bobby? How you doing, bro?
We got actual Dracula speaking to Canada.
Jack, I hope you're drawing, bro. I mean, I know you've been busy doing other stuff, but I'd love to see what you come up with tonight, man.
I do like the Steelers as well, so go Steelers and Chiefs. Moving on down the list. All right, I think I missed this guy. Ryan Riley. What's up?
Hey, what up, Ryan? Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Awesome.
It does feel like I've been at it all day, but I've only been on. I think Izzy and I went about an hour and a half earlier. So definitely check that in on the rewind. See all the fun stuff we talked about. I think I finally got to the bottom of the list.
Nice. We got 31 people chilling with us. We can't thank you all enough. Appreciate you all. We got a great show. Got a great guest. I met this guy at Heroes Con, and he was just awesome dude. But before we bring him out, let's say hello to another fantastic artist. If you're not following Stepford Wolf Comics, you are doing yourself a horrible ordeal. But you got to go follow phenomenal covers and stuff. But I would love to see an at-home edition once from them. But yeah, thank you all.
Just before that, if you guys would like to draw from home, and send in at-home editions. You can send them to me on Instagram at tm_nerdy. And we'll show them off on a portion of the show, and then I'll feature them. I'm going to do the same thing I did last week. Instead of like clipping out the whole video, I'm just going to take the photos that were sent to me and make it into a short. I think a lot of people really enjoyed that, and it's getting more views than the other one. So I want to get you guys more views. So that's a whole portion of part of that. So I'm going to share it on Facebook, IG, and YouTube. So you guys, our pieces will be everywhere. And then, of course, share them on your IG as well and tag me and Roscoe and our guests tonight. Also, hello, Cody. What's up, Cody?
What up?
And we got another artist here. We got Astro Wizard.
Absolutely, man. Astro was, come on, man. Oh, man, love you guys. You guys, both y'all. I'd love to see something from both you guys. We also got another person. We were just talking about him too. Did we say hi to?
I just see him jump in. He better be drawn tonight too. I know he has never drawn a piece yet, but I think he will tonight if we push him hard enough. But we got the immortal Biggie Schmack in here.
What up, Biggie? Love to see that. That'd be great. But
I think we're caught up with the chat. Did I just miss the prompt? Did I just miss the prompt to what?
Nope, not yet.
No, that's yet. All right, let's get to it. Let's play this theme song that we have to play every week before we bring out our guest. Here it is.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. The two of us, the two of us.
Yeah, I love that. I love that song. Yeah. Anyway, I am so pumped. I got to bring our guest out here. Like I said, I met this guy at Heroes Con. He was freaking okay. So what drew me to this guy is this poster that sits behind me right here. I saw that up and I stopped in my tracks and I went, oh my gosh, look at that thing. That thing's gorgeous. And I think I was with Cuppy, Comics by the Bay Matt, and Comic Journey. I think was us three, maybe someone else, but I was like, yo, I'm going right to the table. I just see you later, guys, and I beelined it to this guy. I met him, awesome freaking dude, and I was like, bro, I would love for you to be on the show. And he was like, yeah, man, that sounds awesome. I'm so down. And I'm like, dude, I knew it. And he felt like it would be awesome. So, without further ado, my man Jay Gonzo in the building here.
Hey,
how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. How you guys doing?
Great, man. Sorry, for the inch. We had to say hello to everyone and got over 30-something people here. So, but truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time out. We know you're a busy guy. Taking the time out to be here with us hooligans, hanging out and drawing and just having a good time, bro.
It gives me someone to talk to while I'm drawing, which is a rarity. I mean, I share a studio with a guy, but it's we've talked ourselves out. We've been in the studio for almost 3 years together, so we have very little to say to each other.
Well, we appreciate it again. We can't thank you enough again for being here. This is awesome. I'm excited for the theme tonight because this is something we haven't done, and then again, I like to do crossover and stuff. So I had a good thing. But if you want to please explain to the people what the theme is and the reason why you picked that theme tonight.
Well, the theme is Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. It was a couple of days ago, which just also happens to be my wedding anniversary, and Steve Ditko's birthday, apparently, which I found out. And Lynn, lately it's been a huge part of my life. I got to do 4 turtle covers. The poster you have is actually those are actually covers that are coming out from IDW starting 2 or 3 weeks ago. They were all supposed to be out by mid-November. Like I think next week or the week after was going to be the last one. That has since shifted due to publication stuff. Hey, my stuff was done on time. I hit my deadlines.
Hey.
So now they're coming out. So it's going to be one of the covers, and these aren't ratioed covers. They're just they're just a standard cover. You can order this cover straight up. Like you don't have to order 50 of them or anything. They're all like, I think most of them are cover C's if I'm not mistaken. I totally could be wrong on that, but yeah. So they're going to be across. Raphael is going to be on the Untold Destiny. I'm sorry. Raphael is going to be on the Saturday Morning Adventure Halloween special. That's the one that's come out so far. So only one's been out.
Right.
I think the next one is Leonardo is going to be on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the main title, issue 145. Then I believe Donnie is going to be Donatello is going to be on the issue 1 of Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan, and I think that's coming out in January now. And then Michelangelo is going to be on the Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution issue 1.
Oh.
And that is like, I think the first it's in February maybe. Actually, so I just found this, I literally just saw this right before I hopped on here. I think IDW showed these all as like, hey, here's the 4 covers that are going to be on issue 145. Here's the 4 covers that are going to be on Saturday Morning Adventure Halloween special. Like they kind of were showing them all, and they really didn't make a point to let people know, oh, hey, these 4 covers kind of go together across these 4 titles because they're across 4 different titles. They literally just posted today that, hey, these are these are across 4 titles and kind of collectible. You should pick them up. So I'm hoping. The only unfortunate thing is that the Raphael one's already come out, and so what's out there's out there, and I think that from what I've seen, those are starting to kind of like people are realizing, oh, there's 3 other ones of these, and so they're becoming kind of a commodity these days. So and then in addition to that, I just got I got a commission to do a Day of the Dead Spider-Man, which I posted on my Instagram not that long ago.
Dude, that was freaking amazing. That was so dope.
Thanks, man. I worked 2 up on that too, which I've never done before. So I don't know if you guys know or if your audience knows, but everyone works on 11 by 17. You shrink it down to about 61, 62% to fit on a comic book, depending on how big you work within the size on the 11 by 17. In the old days, back in like the golden age and up until like the silver age, really, artists would work twice up. So your 10.5-inch tall comic book is now 22 inches tall. And so they literally work twice the size. You reduce it by 50%. And just kind of on that Spider-Man piece that I did, that's up on my Instagram, you can check it out, and my Twitter, or X or whatever it's called. I worked 2 up just to kind of just to see what it felt like, and so I was allowed to kind of go nuts on that. And then because of those 2, I just got hit up to do another Day of the Dead cover recently for another. I don't know that I can talk about it, but I'm doing another one currently. Like I'm almost done with it. So like the Dia de los Muertos, in addition to being a big part of my life, as a Chicano and as a guy who got married on the Dia de los Muertos, it's always been important to me, but now it's like even more so. It's kind of like, doing the turtle stuff has kind of, changed my life, like no joke. So
yeah, dude, I like I said, when I saw you at Heroes Con, I was like, I saw you had that up behind you, but I was drawn to it. I was like, do you guys see that? Like, I'm like, that is wild. So, like I said, that's why it drew me over to you. And then you were like, yeah, they're going to be doing cover. And I was like, what? So I was tripping. I was like, man, but I needed the poster. I was like, I need this in my life. I can't wait for those covers. I need it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was Roscoe at that point.
Now that's art.
That's me.
Right on.
So we've gotten 18 questions. So guys, feel free to ask your questions in the chat here. Actually, we got 20 now.
Okay.
Hit
me. I got to make sure I draw as well.
They're the most random questions that you'll ever be asked. Some are weird, some are odd, some are life changing, I will say the least. First question, and I don't know, maybe it's too early for this because Halloween just ended. But what is your favorite Christmas song? Ask Mama Roscoe.
I love Bonnie M's Mary's Boy Child because it is so lo-fi and like sung in this very like kind of Caribbean style that just does not seem, it's so just congruent with or incongruent with the Christmas spirit. Also, I think the girl singing like English isn't her first language. Maybe like I love people singing in English who it's not their first language. It's like It's played on like a Casio 64. It is so lo-fi and amazing. Yeah. So Bonnie M's "Mary's Boy Child," best Christmas song ever.
As long as you didn't say like Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas." Do you hear Mariah Carey is actually getting sued
Oh
for
no, I
that
didn't
song
know.
and that?
Oh.
There was actually a song back in the 90s, and it's kind of similar, and you can definitely see it. And yeah, she's getting sued for that, saying she created the song, but she really doesn't.
Oh, I'm sure she can afford it.
Well,
Right.
actually, that's her only income is that song. It's
Yeah,
her
yeah,
only
exactly.
revenue.
Yeah, if she's got to give points on that, that might hurt. That might actually hurt her bottom line a little bit.
What is up, Kamikaze? They're Canadian.
What up, Ozzy?
All right, next question
Okay.
comes from Cali Comics. He wants to know your favorite historic figure.
My favorite historic figure? Man, that's a good question. You know, maybe it's basic, but I'm a Tesla guy. Like I like Tesla, like Nicholas Tesla. Like just, yeah. I mean, you know, for all the reasons, for all the basic reasons. You know, I think the Emperor Constantine's like fascinating. You know, just as a historic, you know, as a probably the most historically actually existed person to shape the Western world. I think Constantine's probably a close second, but you know. Yeah, maybe Tesla's probably number one though.
People are liking that. And hello to C Bizzle. What is up, C Bizzle?
What up, C Bizzle? Appreciate you being here, bro. Supporting and watching everyone, probably.
The next question comes from Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil asks this question each and every week, and he always wants to know if our guest likes pineapple on pizza. Yes or no?
I have like is a strong word, but I have no problem with it. I think it's great. You know, like I don't think I'll ever order a Hawaiian pizza. I don't think that I ever am like in the mood for a Hawaiian pizza. But if I'm at like some kind of party situation and there are several types of pizza to be tried, and one of them is Hawaiian, like if they're like little squares or whatever, I'm taking a few pieces of Hawaiian pizza. I'll do the pineapple. I got no issue with it. I think the hatred of it is a weird hill to die on too. Like I don't know. It's like people who don't like the word moist. It's just I feel like it's like I think they put that in place of having actual personalities where they're just like, oh no, I'm going to be upset at this word and pineapple on pizza, and that will be tantamount to having a personality.
No, with that word, it just makes me picture like the worst thing. It just makes me like think of like the crevices between Jabba the Hutt.
Oh,
that's
gotcha.
what I think of whenever I hear that word.
I mean, but it's just a word, though, too. You know what I mean? There are things that are better when they're moist. Like I don't want a dry cake, you know. And what better way to describe that than fucking moist, you know? So
that's true.
Yeah,
definitely. Don't want to
say hello to this dude and just say Star Trek sucks. Glenn, get out of here.
Hell no. Glenn's gonna be so mad. Don't make Glenn mad.
I'm gonna make Glenn mad all I want. What's he gonna do? He's all the way in the UK.
Oh, what part of the UK is he in? My daughter lives there.
Glenn, that's a good question. Glenn, what part of the UK are you living in?
We have a couple UKers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Dr. Von Coot. Then Australians as well. We have Whack Comics, Mad Spidey, Simple
nice.
Simon.
I was married to an Aussie for a long time. my kids are half Australian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Here comes the next great question coming from Phil. He wants to know your favorite juice.
Juice. That depends, you know, really depends. It's like 50-50 cranberry or grapefruit. Like I like, depends on what time of day it is. You know, anything past like 10 o'clock in the morning is cranberry. But like if it's first thing in the morning, like if I'm going down for a good breakfast and they have a grapefruit juice option, I'm going grapefruit juice.
Really? I'm not a grapefruit juice guy.
Oh, I love it. I'm a guy like I put salt on my grapefruit, all that stuff. Like I'll make a meal out of it. Yeah, I've definitely made like half grapefruit. You know, that was one of the when I grew up in Southern California, like outside of LA, and everybody had grapefruit trees. And then moving to Arizona was such a bummer that like it's hard to get a good grapefruit here.
Yeah,
Glenn says
it's,
he's in Essex, southeast near London.
Oh, gotcha. He's on the east side. Yeah, my daughter's out in Beckton, which is on the east side of London as well, like out near the other London airport, not Heathrow, but the one on the complete other side of the. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'll be out there soon. I think.
Tell her to watch out for Glenn.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, look out for Glenn.
All right, next question. I like this question. Comes from Mama Roscoe. Favorite cartoon growing up?
Oof. I mean, Spider-Man, probably. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I mean, Spider-Man's the reason I make comic books. I have the word "thwip" tattooed on the inside of that finger, and then a spider web on the inside of the other finger. If I can get that in there. So if I do the spider thing, you can see "thwip" in the spider web. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
Sorry, yeah, if I can do that, yeah. I mean, yeah. So definitely Spider-Man, and then any of the Alex Toth Hanna-Barbera stuff. So the Herculoids, Mighty Mightor, Space Ghost, what was it, like the Teen Writers or Young Writers or whatever the hell that show was, that weird one that Jan and Jace from Space Ghost would show up in every so often. Yeah, any of the Alex Toth animated stuff is yeah, Toth can't be touched, man. I'm sure like if you guys are talking art on the show all the time, I'm sure Toth has come up more than once.
We talk about, we love cartoons on this show.
Yeah.
The theme next week, it has to do with forgotten cartoons.
Oh, right on, like the Orbots or something like that.
It could be a lot of things. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I already started drawing it because we were supposed to have them on, but yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm actually drawing tonight. It's actually was one I thought I was going to do for that show, a lost cartoon. But once I tell everyone what it is, then everyone's gonna be like, "Yo!" So it's gonna be fun.
Nice.
Yeah, he's just gonna use it next week too. He's gonna be like, "I drew this week."
Trick you.
Nobody will know. It's on a different channel. You're fine. It's not like we have people that follow us around. All right, next question. I like this question. I think Roscoe's going to like it too. It comes from Spawn82. What got you into creating art?
Oh, Spider-Man, probably. Actually, it's funny. I just told the story and I tried to buy them back. I was looking on eBay for it. So I loved Spider-Man as a kid, just, in general. I was watching the old 60s cartoons, and then in I think 81 or 82, the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends came out, and like there was an X-Men episode of that and all this stuff. And I was really into like the Marvel universe without knowing what that meant in like 1982. No, God, you know what? Actually, so this is before Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends came out, but because I like Spider-Man, my grandparents who lived in LA County, like I lived just inside Orange County in the city of Cypress, but they lived on like Pico Rivera. But the Orange County Register did not carry the Spider-Man daily strip. The LA Times did. And so my grandparents would cut out the Spider-Man daily strips, and I would just have like a stack of them to read every couple months when I went over there, more like every 6 weeks when I went over there. And cool. Then, and so I love that kind of Marvel house style from like, that's like the 60s. I mean, this is like 1978, somewhere around there, like 77, 78. And so, and then in 1978, my grandmother gave me this set of stamps, and there are these Marvel rubber stamps. Like you had a little ink pad, a little piece of paper, you stamp them on there. And I remember stamping the Silver Surfer one, which was a Jack Kirby. Again, I didn't know who Jack Kirby was at the time, but I remember stamping the Silver Surfer one and just seeing that it looked like a metal man, but it was all just like black lines, like in very simple ones at that. And that was the moment where I was like, I need to figure out how to do this. Like, this can be done, and I need to figure out how this needs to get done. And yeah, so recently I was like, God, I wonder if I could find those stamps and how much they might be on eBay. And they're like close to $200 is how much they are on eBay.
Wow.
So yeah. There's not many of them. I mean, the rubber stamps from like the 70s. So there's no way they didn't just get dried out and turn into dust, right? But the ones that do exist are kind of pricey. But yeah, that Marvel stamp set was literally the moment. Like, so I was 4 years old in 1978. So it's just like I made a career decision at 4 years old. It's like I'm gonna be an artist. I'm gonna figure this out, and stupidly I stuck with it.
That's awesome, number.
So, going from a serious question to kind of silly one until you get to the end. Phil wants to know your thoughts on milk that doesn't come from a nipple, like soy or oat.
Well, let's see. I have tried my hand at various times in being both vegetarian and vegan, and I think that vegan dairy is an abomination. Like even when I was a vegan or a vegetarian, it just it's never as good as you want it to be. And so it just makes you want the thing that the actual thing, right? So if you're a vegan and you get like almond milk, it just makes you want milk because it's better. I tend to not engage in things that are approximations of the better thing, especially things I'm trying to not do. Like I've been sober a long time. I don't drink non-alcoholic beer. Like there's no like I don't need to get, all it's going to do is make me want a beer. So I'm just not going to do it. And so the same with like oat and almond milk. And then I have I have a spouse who has like a nut allergy, and there's a lot of places that like use those in substitute of dairy for whatever reason, to seem healthy or what have you. And it just severely limits a lot of the places I like to go to that she can then not go to, because everything they have is like some kind of nut milk in there. And she's like, literally everything on this menu I can't touch. And so, so I've got some a mild hostility towards your non-dairy milks out in the world. Maybe a powdered creamer I can get behind, but that's about it.
Glenn, this is why you got to tell your daughter to stay away from Glenn.
Yeah.
I fart in my milk to make bubbles.
Frothy. There's a good word for you.
Yeah.
All right, next question comes from Dr. Von Hoot DBH. Which is more scarier, quicksand or a whirlpool?
I'm gonna say whirlpool, just because I was a Boy Scout. I know how to get out of quicksand, which I thought was going to be a much bigger problem based on the cartoons I watched as a kid. Cartoons, quicksand and anvils seemed like they were going to be a much bigger problem than they ended up being. And honestly, quicksand is very survivable. Whirlpools, like I grew up near the ocean. The ocean is crazy powerful in a way that I think people who don't grow up near an ocean don't understand. And things like whirlpools, you see people like trying to drive across like 8 inches of rushing water, and you're like, you have no idea how much force comes out of 8 inches of rushing water. Like that will knock your car over. That will float your car away. Anyway, I have a very, I surfed for a long time. I have a very healthy respect for water in all of its dangerous forms. And so whirlpool is definitely the scarier there.
I'd have to agree with you on that. Like I live on an island, so I'm surrounded by water, and we don't have whirlpools, but we have like undertows, which is pretty much take you, and that you're not going to beat that. You have to swim with it and then hopefully get out of it. And quicksand, my understanding is that it'll go as high as your neck, and then you just got to figure out your way out.
Yeah, you can just spread your arms and legs out, and you'll actually end up on top of it if you just make more surface area. Yeah.
What about you, Roscoe? Which one's scarier for you?
Both of them. No. I guess now, since I know about quicksand a little more now, I guess it's not as scary. Especially if I'm with Mr. Gonzo over here. He'll tell me what to do.
Yeah, I earned that marriage badge.
He's got his badge. He'll be like, hey, check the badge, all right? Do this. Spread your arms and legs. I'm a pretty big guy.
Wait,
so
what are we doing again? Why are you telling me to spread my arms and legs?
Yeah, it is the Scouts.
I don't want you to. That's for damn.
All right. Sugar Skulls wants to know, what do you like more, DC or Marvel? There's only one right answer.
I'm a Marvel head. Like I always have been. I mean, Spider-Man's what got me into comics. Like I wasn't gonna say Marvel. I do enjoy some of the stuff DC's done. I mean, I started reading comics kind of seriously in 1985. So I just got to buy like the Dark Knight and Watchmen as they came off the shelves and stuff. And so until then, I really had very little love for DC. But I tend to like the goofier stuff in DC these days. Like I mean, not the stuff that they're doing now, but I like the, like kind of go checks era, like DC stuff was like kind of fantastic. Like, I like DC when it's not trying to be serious, when it understands it's a comic book. And I tend to like Marvel maybe when it gets a little more serious, like when it's less jokey, which is kind of funny. But Marvel always does a really good job of kind of, balancing that out. I think that for a lot of years, DC's been apologizing for being comic books. And I just I can't get behind that.
Oh, you should read a lot of the DC that's coming out right now. It's fantastic, like Danger Street by Tom King, Wonder Woman by Tom King.
I've got the
Everything
World's
by
Finest
Tom King.
trade right now that I'm reading, and I love Mark Waid, and I love his take on heroes and stuff. And that's kind of that's the problem. Like, I guess that's probably my biggest, not like problem with DC. I just think that the reason I don't engage is that like all of the really cool stuff that I enjoy is all periphery to the main line, and I can just like dip in and out of it, and I don't have to like deal with some of the stuff that's kind of a bummer. But yeah. I mean, I'm not like a purist. Like I do read DC comics. I just I tend to like. Honestly, though, I think Marvel's like I don't know what's going on with Marvel lately. Like I haven't bought anything from Marvel other than Clobberin' Time. I haven't bought anything from Marvel in a while.
The one good thing, like I'll say this too. I'm more DC, but I do read some Marvel, and I think I'll be. I forget what title I might be actually reading another. The new Ghost, the new Punisher that's coming out this week. I'll be reading that, but the Incredible Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Is fantastic. So that's the only good thing I really hear about it. I know Mike's given up on Marvel. A lot of people have given up on Marvel. And DC just has a lot of the good writing right now, especially with their Black Label stuff. Like there's 2 Batman books that came out, Batman Gargoyle and I forget the other one, but the other one is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, Gargoyle looked great. I love Raphael Grampa. It looked amazing. I found reading it kind of almost indecipherable, but it really looked great, man. It's a good art object, but
the second Black Label book, Batman. I know Mike's going to tell me. I don't know why I keep forgetting what it's actually called, but it was fantastic. Only one issue came out. City of Madness. It brings back Scott Snyder's take on Batman, where we get more of the Court of Owls, and we get a little bit further on with the Court of Owls. What really they've been doing. And it's fantastic take on Batman.
Yeah, I really like that initial run on with Capullo and Snyder, where they with the initial Court of Owls. I mean, that like, what is it, issue 5, where he's in the maze and like it literally turns the book around while you're reading it. Like, it's rare that like you see a new thing kind of done in comics. You're like, oh, and it tricked me too. Like I ended up going backwards instead of forward as I was trying to read it. I'm like, holy crap! It like stuck me in the maze, and that was impressive. I don't know. I think my biggest kind of pet peeve or picadillo with either one of those is that like they'll do something cool like that, and then the whole line becomes that, and then the specialness of that gets diluted, and then they're all just kind of like making copies of copies, but I'm just speaking in generalities. Like I don't know specifically what's going on currently.
I can see that with like the main lines, like if it was just under the main banner, but it's under the Black Label, and they usually keep that in its own kind of universe type of thing.
Right on. Yeah, I've enjoyed some of the Black Label stuff. Like I said, the Gargoyle looked great. I'll give it that. It looked fantastic.
So I am curious. You like the odd characters from DC? What are some of your like the odd characters that you enjoy from DC?
I have an unusual love for Buona Beast. I think that he's an underused character that could become like I have a Buona Beast pitch ready to go. So, oh, do you have? Dude, that's fantastic.
He has his first appearance.
Oh, I am too. I got the first 2.
Yeah,
I just bought him this year. I paid like $80 for the first one. It is in really good condition.
I think someone from the community sent it to you, didn't they?
My comic shop.
Yep.
My comic shop. It's not in good condition.
Oh yeah.
But my comic shop knows that I'm a fan of characters from the Red, so I got the first appearance of Buona Beast.
Nice. Yeah, I've got the first 2. So that showcase. What is that? 62 or 60? What is the number on that?
66.
Yeah, 66. So I've got Showcase 66 and 67. I just bought the 66 I bought. I think I was just telling Roscoe, like I spent like $80 on it. Like I got a really nice copy of it. Because I have like I've got a Buona Beast pitch like ready to go. Like I used to have an in at DC. We talked a while. I pitched it. They liked it, and then they were like, this is great, but like we don't know that we can sell it. But I have since modified said pitch, and so hopefully at some point. But funny enough, and DC is the one company I have zero contacts with. Like I know people or other people, people who know people at every company. I have the ability, like, maybe at least send an email out and like get heard in a lot of companies. DC, I know zero people. I have no contact with anybody. Everyone I knew there is since gone. Everyone who was a champion of me over there is gone. So I'm just sitting on these ideas, with a whole lot of nothing to do. So yeah, like I love Buona Beast. I think that there's a potential to have a really cool modernization that is way less problematic than currently. I'm trying to think who else I love, like weird. I mean, I definitely love like Metamorpho. I'm trying to think what the other pitches I had over at.
Metamorpho. That's another guy that Travis
what
loves too.
about this guy?
I like Animal Man. I love Dead Man too. Like Dead Man's a guy I could.
Yes.
I have a pitch ready to go for Dead Man as well.
Boston Brand is awesome.
Yeah. I just feel like they don't ever get weird enough with it. I mean, like he's a guy who possesses people, which is like a kind of like a psychonaut kind of thing to do. And so I think that there's like a lot of kind of like ayahuasca territory that could be explored with a guy like Boston Brand. So I would love to get into that.
He was a main character in Night Terrors, that the DC event that just passed.
Yeah, I have all of these like little ideas for like C-list characters with both of the big companies, and it's like every time, every so often they need to like renew their IP, and so they put something out with them in there, and it screws me up because like, oh well, we just did a Dead Man thing, so now I have to wait like 8 more years before they need to like put something out with him, and then yeah, because I have like a dumb like a Sunfire story that I want to do, and I realized like a weird Sunfire, right? Yes, and I guess he was like a big part of the Krakoa era like X-Men thing that happened recently, and so I'm like, well, like they'll have to sit on that idea for like another 8 or 9 years until like they've kind of the taste of that is out of their mouths. So but yeah, I love C-list characters because they've had less done with them, like people just haven't done anything with them, and
some of the best stories can come out of that. Like the reason why I fell in love with Animal Man, he's definitely a C-list character, is the way that Jeff Lemire took that character, and even Grant Morrison took that character and made it a little bit different, tweaked him a little bit to make him a little bit better.
Yeah, and a lot of those
Jeff Lemire did the same thing, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of those C-list characters, like they hint at a better idea than ever gets explored, and so it's like, like Buona Beast, man, he's a guy who like melds animals together and can like control them, and like there's like a weird body horror element to that could really like there's like, dude, you can just make a straight up horror book out of Buona Beast and the stuff that he does, and the whole like him hanging out with the Juba, that gorilla and stuff. It's like there's a whole Gorilla City angle that could like play into that. Like there's so many like little things that you could pick back up that they just they basically want to make this weird superpowered Tarzan out of him, when like his appeal is so much more than like him just being a jungle character. So and we have Tarzan. Like there's no reason to do like second tier, and no one gives a shit about Tarzan. So why make a second tier Tarzan when you could make like this other like body horror like a story out of him. So I mean, that's not the story that I want to do personally, but yeah, I think the guys like Lemire and Morrison like see the potential in like or the implication of like of something that like was kind of offhanded. Like this is totally unrelated, but it kind of speaks to that. Is like I was watching I don't know, like just scrolling through Instagram or whatever, and a Gumby clip like came up, like from the old like 60s Gumby cartoon came up. And Gumby had a mom, which I don't remember like when I was a kid watching Gumby. Like he goes in his house, him and Pokey go in, and he's like, his mom is there, and he's like talking to his mom, which is no big deal. Like there's nothing, they don't make any big deal out of this, except that Gumby's mom has clothes on. She has like an apron and like a shirt and everything. So
What?
the implication there is like Gumby's naked. Like like people in his mom wears clothes. Gumby does not. Like he is in the same state of dress as his animal, his pet, who also is naked. Yeah. So just the implication of like, oh, like, there is a weird like angle now that like, oh yeah, no, Gumby hinted at this thing, and you could take that kind of like Gumby's weird need to be a nudist or whatever, like, whatever kind of like a hippie lifestyle that his parents are like living on a commune. All of that could like be spun out of this one little like unintentional thing. So anyway, I love seeing those kind of things where I'm like, oh, this little thing that they just dropped in like some 1960s comic book that no one's ever picked back up. Like like what is it, the Batman from Zur and R, like the that guy, he's come back recently. The multicolored black man, I can't think of his name now. It's I feel like an idiot, but like, yeah, it was just a thing that kind of appeared in the 60s when Batman was a sci-fi book because of the comics code and all of that stuff. And it's like, oh no, like there is cool things that can get done with him instead of just, rehashing old stories. So yeah, I have such a love for like B and C list characters. And also as a creator, if I go to Marvel or DC and they put me on their A-list stuff, all I can do is mess that up. Or if it succeeds, it's not me. Like I didn't really have anything to do with that. But if I go to DC and I take a Buona Beast book and it somehow sells well and it does well for them, that's all me. That has nothing to do with like character legacy or any brand equity. That's all every success that happens there would be due to me. And so, yeah, if I ever get a chance at like any of these other, if like any of these companies ever get to the point where they're like, oh, what do you want to do? I'm never going to do Batman or Spider-Man. I'm going to do, Two Gun Kid and Buona Beast is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. I like the C-list villains. I'm a big C-list villain guy. Like
Right.
I like the like the Armadillo or
Or Grizzly,
Razorback, Grizzly.
yeah.
I mean, I love those kind of like villains. Man Elephant was in She-Hulk. I mean, some of these weird characters. I love these weird villains that maybe last one book. But
spoiler alert for Invincible episode 1 of season 2, there was a Elephant Man in that.
there
But yeah, he was
was
in the comic
yeah.
too, right? Yeah, I still haven't seen any of those. I'm woefully behind. I just got caught up on or finished out Gen V last night, so now it's back to Invincible. What'd you think about that ending? Oh, I love
it.
I love the show. The ending, I had like a weird. I feel weird about the ending. Like,
It's got me hooked. I'm pumped for season 2.
Yeah,
and see
I'm definitely
where
gonna check it
goes.
out.
They
Yeah,
got me
yeah.
hooked.
I definitely like it. I love, and I came late to The Boys. I thought I had a handle on what it was before I saw it, and then I saw it and I didn't realize what great kind of satire it was. And then I thought, like, well, what are they going to do with this Gen V thing? And they actually pulled it off pretty well. I like that it was kind of like a single thing they were trying to figure out. The scope was kind of narrowed. I just had a real problem with the character change of Kate and Sam that kind of almost comes out of nowhere. I mean, you see Kate kind of fraying, but like, I mean, to kind of take the turn that she did, it just, they both, I don't know how I can swallow their character changes as much as that.
I can feel it. I can feel it with Sam, especially since he went out with those people and like was at that hearing, and then I can see it with Kate as well because she knows what's going on down the woods. She's been thinking she had another mother figure. She lost her mother to find out that all humans want to do is use us or like use the supers. So, and then how she literally is driving herself crazy because now that her powers are not suppressed, she's hearing everybody's thoughts. So that's just driving her absolutely insane too.
So much of her kind of her position and like so much of her character seems to be about people pleasing and like making sure that like everything's going to be okay. And so I feel like for her to like suddenly take this decisive like driving role in it just seemed it seemed a little out of character. And it didn't, I mean, I don't think that she could have not been that. I just think it happened a little too quickly and without maybe one or two more inciting incidences. It felt a little forced to me, like, oh, this is a finale, we got to get somewhere, more than a natural progression. It seemed a little like rushed because she sticks with the keeping everyone's secrets for so long, and you don't suddenly like just like, oh cool, like now I'm just now I am Wrath. Now I have become Death, the Destroyer of Worlds, and just take everybody out. I also have a really hard time with those kind of catastrophe things where like so many little side things happen like in the course of it. Like they've got those people rampaging, and then like these full little vignettes and scenes happen over here, and then another one over there, and then another one over there, and it's just like it just seems it should have been a little more chaos. And the Boys has been a really good job of portraying the chaos of horror, like when things get out of hand, you just see how fucking like it just unravels, right? Like no one's delivering quippy lines, no one has time for side conversation. It's just it's whale guts everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just like very messy, and this was just a little too compartmentalized. Again, it just very much felt like a TV show episode. Like this is the episode where things need to escalate, so they escalate. I don't know, it was a little unearned, I felt, and so I mean I'll see where it goes. Like I really enjoyed literally everything except like maybe the last 20 minutes, and it wasn't bad. I just was like kind of like like I don't know that really resonated with me the way they thought it would. It was a little like a Zack Snyder movie. It's a lot of unearned big moments. It's like, well, the music is swelling and the camera angle is grandiose, but I don't feel anything because we haven't earned these moments, So anyway, that's just my take, and I don't want to get on a whole Zack Snyder conversation. I'm sure people have opinions about that, but that guy is all about unearned big moments. So I mean, because it's a good trailer.
Finish Gen V. I haven't finished Gen V yet, so I need to finish that.
Oh yeah, we just totally spoiled that for you. I'm so sorry, dude.
That's all right, guys. Thanks. No, it's all good.
All right.
It's all good.
Roscoe's going to be walking into it. And he's like, "Well, I guess this show sucks because they said it."
No, no. Listen, hey, it was good. Literally, like the last 20 minutes, it wasn't even bad. It just was a little bit ponderous. Like when it ended, I was like, okay. Like I was waiting for like some other switch to happen. Like maybe she was just pretending to be that way or whatever. I think what Vought does was fucking devious, man. Like the very end where you're like, I think that was very in character of like a Boys universe. I'm like, oh, they fucking would do that, wouldn't they? Like they would definitely. That's how they would sell. Like that's how they would spin this whole thing. I dug that. I just think the mechanic that led to that definitely I felt was a little, again, unearned, or maybe just not as earned. I guess that's probably a better way to say it. It was a little not quite as earned as I think they thought it was. But that's just me.
What is up, Izzy? Izzy joined us. He just got out of that screening movie, and it was not The Marvels. It was a Taika Waititi comedy movie that's coming out. So,
oh yeah, The Next Goal Wins. How is that? I like Taika Waititi. How what do you think, Izzy? How did that go? How was that movie?
And Papa Wheelie is in it. Who's up, Papa?
Hey, what up, Papa?
Zach's Justice League was heavy edited.
Yeah, I get that, but then he got his like 4-hour cut out of it, and 24 minutes of which was slow mo. I'm not gonna like listen. Hey, if you like the movie, if you like those kind of like, fine, great. A lot of people like Killers of the Flower Moon. Like I definitely, like there are things that'll trick you into thinking that they're good movies, but when you think about them as like narrative, you're like, no, that doesn't work at all. Like that's not, and so there are plenty of beautifully shot, brilliantly acted bad movies, and they just exist. But you look at the cinematography, look how well they're lit, you look at how brilliantly they're acted, how powerfully, how real everything seems, and it tricks you into thinking like, oh, that was a good movie. And then when you think about like the actual things that happened, you're like, I don't know. So maybe that's just me as a guy who writes and draws comic books, that I'm constantly thinking about story structure. But yeah, I definitely I tend to pick on movies maybe, and I'm an asshole too. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. Like I'm a curmudgeon. So yeah, enjoy what you enjoy. If I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum.
To each his own.
Yep.
Question from Cali Comics: how did your path lead you to us deplorables?
Oh, I was accosted at a show. Just ran into Roscoe. Like I don't know, he was a cool guy to talk to. Was very enthusiastic. And he said, "Hey man, you want to do a show? We talk comics and we draw, and those are two of my favorite things to do." So I was like, "Yeah, I will do that show."
Heck yeah, I tricked him. No.
Also, I heard talk about ketchup chips, and I just want to know how that's going to happen. Yeah, I got a friend of mine. One of my best friends on the whole planet is Canadian, and yeah, the ketchup chips are a thing that I have indulged in since the '80s. Yeah, he was a friend of mine. His dad is French Canadian and Algonquin, and like half and half. And then his mom is from the Philippines. Like she came to Canada for nursing school, and then that's how they met. So my friend is a quarter Algonquin, a quarter French Canadian, and half Filipino. And those are gorgeous people. Him and his brother both are just beautiful, beautiful people. It's like it seems like a weird combination, but like yeah, those are very attractive people.
Mhm.
All right, I like this next question. I'm gonna say it weird too. Naughty or nice?
What?
Oh, always naughty. Absolutely. I am a consummate shit stirrer. I like I just said, I live a Peter Pan lifestyle. Like I get to do what I want, and yeah, so always naughty. You know, as a punk, as a skater, all of that shit. Yes, naughty. Absolutely. Both kinds of naughty. Yeah.
Every week we get another person that asks a regular question, and this one comes from Dr. Vaughn, who he wants to know your first concert, your worst concert, and your best concert.
Oh shit. Okay, first concert. All right. So man, this is gonna seem really funny. Like concert or just show? Like we'll go concert. So the first like concert at the Hollywood Palladium that I went to, 1990, I saw, and this will tell you how long ago it was. I saw a benefit for the bass player of Mary's Danish. This guy named Wag had broke his hip with no health insurance and needed to pay for it. So Mary's Danish was very much part of the LA scene. So the benefit concert was Mary's Danish, Thelonious Monster, Dada, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and the Beastie Boys. And it was hosted by Tom and Roseanne Arnold because they were a couple at the time.
What?
Yeah, and that was my first concert. God, my best concert? Jesus. I saw, well, so I don't know. Let me see if I can go into this. I guess I can go into this. Whatever. It's fine. So my wife is a body piercer. I tattooed for a long time. My wife pierces. She also does body suspension. And I don't know if you guys know what that is. You know, people put hooks in their body. They pull themselves up by ropes. They just kind of swing around.
Yeah.
So she does that. She's also, and she's okay with it. So she's fine. Like she has no issues getting up, like pulling herself up, whatever. So she, because of this, she's in that kind of body suspension community. I got to be careful how I say this. Jane's Addiction, Dave Navarro from Jane's Addiction prefers to have body suspended girls on stage during one of the last songs that they do. Because you can't really do that every night. They don't tour with people, so they just find people in every town who can go up, who can just do body suspensions. And so my wife got called, is in that rotation. And so if Jane's Addiction's here, she will be on stage with Jane's Addiction. One time they played the State Fair here at the Coliseum there. And so we got to like, this is like the second or third time we'd done it. So we kind of knew the people, we knew Dave, we knew everyone, like, it was kind of chill. And then I got to be the guy who actually pulled the ropes and like held her up there while she swung around. And so I got to, and my position had to be on stage with Jane's Addiction. And so for 90% of the concert, I was just on the wings watching Jane's Addiction play. And then part of this show was me on stage with Jane's Addiction, holding my suspended wife swinging above a crowd while she's in her black lingerie. The coolest part of that is that before the show, we were talking to the band, talking to Dave, all the stuff. And I asked him if they were going to play Whores, which is like my favorite Jane's Addiction song. And he goes, no, I don't think it's on the set list tonight. I'm like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. But some radio station listeners had won a contest to like see Jane's Addiction, go backstage with Jane's Addiction, and like watch them do like a warm-up song or what have you. And so we're in the room that they were practicing in, and they're playing like Motorhead songs and all kinds of shit. Like they're just practicing whatever. And then all these contest winners come in and they stand up against the wall. They have to be like very regimented. And then Perry comes in and they all get set there. And before they start playing a song, Dave Navarro turned to me and he goes, "What did you want to hear? Whores?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got you, bud." And he just launches into fucking Whores. And so I got to call a song for Jane's to play for me, and like 12 other people got to see like this. And then later that day, I got to be on stage with Jane's Addiction while my wife was swinging. So that would be my best concert that I ever went to, I would say. Love Jane's Addiction. Yeah.
That is so freaking wild, yo.
Yeah, my life is weird, man. Like, it's like straight up. And
awesome.
yeah, sorry. And I'm trying to think of like my worst concert. That's a really good question. I know I've always kind of enjoyed everything I've went to. Like I saw Guar like the day after their guitar player died, and I thought that was gonna suck because they just lost a guitar player, but they kind of like really turned. It was 2 days after he died, and they really turned it on. It was when Dave Brocky was still alive, so Otis was still with him. That was fantastic. God, what sucked? Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen a bad concert. Like I got rained on at the Rollins Band, and like somehow that became one of the best shows ever, even though the sound was terrible because we were getting rained on. I just went to like a reggae festival in Cal State Irvine one time, and that just blew. It was just bad. It was just a lot, yeah. That was probably like my worst concert, and it was just like it was a gross day. It was like hot and muggy, and like the ground was like super muddy, and the music was like it was like a bunch of white people playing reggae. Like nothing against white people, don't get me wrong, but I just when I go to a reggae fest, like I don't want to see a jam band, like I want to see a reggae band.
These
And I have
damn white guys up here.
Yeah, I got no love for like there is not like I don't know what the opposite of a boner is, but I have seen a jam band before, and yeah, so there's just nothing worse than like a jam band. It just does nothing for me.
Posers up here.
Yeah, that was probably
get them off the stage.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably like 1992, maybe 91. It was like it was like 1991. Cal State Irvine Reggae Fest, whenever that was the worst concert I saw.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, next question is
off the stage right now.
related.
What'd you say,
Mama
Matt?
Roscoe wants to know what your favorite Thanksgiving dish is.
Dishes or dish?
Dish.
I like stuffing. I like I will make a meal out of stuffing if given the opportunity. I like a stuffing turkey cranberry combo. Like if I can just mash that all into one thing. I don't know if you guys have Capriotti's out where you guys are, like the sandwich shop, but they make a sandwich with that is just that. It is a piece. It's a submarine roll. They put mayo, like real turkey, like off of a bird turkey, stuffing and cranberry sauce, and it's called the Bobby, and it is the pinnacle of culinary science right there. Is the Bobby from Capriotti's. So
the Bobby.
Yeah, it's called the Bobby. I think Capriotti's is it's like East Coast, like maybe Rhode Island, it's Delaware area. I don't know. It's out
on for a while.
Yeah, but if you're anywhere near a Capriotti's sandwich shop, go get a Bobby. You will not be disappointed.
We have Wawa, and they make a Thanksgiving, but it's not as good as it used to be.
I've been to a Wawa once. I think in
tacos.
Did they go out into Ohio? Are they out in Ohio? Am I thinking maybe? I know they have Tim Hortons out in Ohio. I don't know if Wawa's out there, but I drive across the country for shows all the time, so I try a lot of like local fare or things like when I'm in North Carolina, like I'll do Bojangles. Like I'll eat as much Bojangles as I can because like I live in Arizona and we don't have Bojangles out here. So yeah.
Nice.
Next question comes from Dr. Vaughn, who he wants to know what ordinary things creep you out.
Ordinary things? I'll tell you what creeps me out the most, and I don't know what this is or how to qualify it. I don't like what is it, like scientific footage, like videos, any kind of moving pictures of the sun when you can see the sun, like when you can see the surface of it, like all of the bubbling it does, and like the solar flares and the magnetic, like all of that, like it bothers the hell. Like I don't like the sun. Like I like, I like the sun. Like I like being warm and what have you. But like whenever you see like astronomy footage of the sun, where you can see like the force, like gravity bending the magnetic fields of these solar flares, and like something about like, because those things are like bigger than our planet. Like you're looking at this little bit on your screen and it's like this little arc and you're like, yeah, that thing's like 3 times bigger than our planet, and it's just like the gravity of it is like bending magnetism. Like I don't know, it's just something about it really upsets me. Just the scale of it really bothers me. So there you go. That's the most ordinary thing that I'm afraid of, or like that I don't like. Is I'm not afraid of it. I just like I don't like seeing it. It's I don't know. Like there's something about scale that can really mess me up, right? Like I remember as a kid, I took a tour of the Queen Mary out in Long Beach, And you go through the engine room, huge engines, all of this shit. Like it's all huge. It's all, everything in like the inner workings of it is just, they're giant. No problem, no problem, no problem. But there is like as you take the tour, you kind of go lower and lower and lower until you're like in a level of the boat that's even with the water. Like, and it's in like a protected little harbor there, so the water level doesn't rise the same way it does. There's no tides for it. But then you walk out a door that's outside of the ship. So you basically stepped outside of the boat onto this little walkway that it has a room over it. But what they've done is that they have all these like floodlights shooting down on one of the propellers. And so you step outside this boat at the water line and you look down and there's a propeller the size of a building. And it's just something about like that, the scale of that, like,
oh, geez,
you just feel small in a way that you've never felt small before. It's like, it is ridiculous. So, yeah, like
wow.
and then when I see sunspots, that's the thing that's how I feel, the same way I felt when I was in the propeller room in the Queen Mary. Yeah. If you want to give it a Google, you can Google like Queen Mary propeller room. And it is kind of horrifying, but being there, like, try to look at like a railing, because the railing comes up to about your waist, and realize that you're that big, and then that's the propeller you're looking down on. Yeah, the Queen Mary propeller room is nightmare inducing.
That's wicked.
Yep.
All right. Next question comes from Mama Roscoe. Do you have any phobias?
Any phobias? I mean, other than the sun and propellers, no, I'm good. Like no, I get no problem with heights, depths. Like I love being on water. Like I love going out in the ocean and like not being able to see land where you just look in every direction. It's just water forever. Like, I got no problem with that. No problem flying, elevators, tight spaces, like all of that stuff. Like, I have a medical condition called photophobia, or like I'm overtly sensitive to bright lights. But other than that, like, no real phobias. I'm pretty chill. Yeah, but just like I said, the sun and like things that like things that give me a sense of like scale really will mess me up.
What up, John?
All right. Callie wants to know what your favorite song/bands to listen to while you draw.
Oh, it depends on what I'm drawing. When I'm drawing my comic, so I do a book. Like, I don't know, Roscoe, did you buy a Lamano? Did you end up reading the comic I do, or no? I don't remember.
No, I didn't get a chance to.
Okay. Yeah, so I do a book about a luchador. That's like the thing that I'm kind of most known for, I guess. Although nowadays it's probably the Turtles. So I write and draw a comic book about a luchador called La Mano del Destino. And so if I'm working on that, I will tend to listen to a lot of like Spanish language music, like kind of folk stuff, like Mexican folk, like God damn, I can't think of her name. Vargas. Hold on, I gotta look this up now. This is gonna bother the hell out of me. And, the other is like Rock en Español, which is like 1960s like rock and roll cover of America. A lot of them are covers of American songs, like Los Teen Tops and like Los Hitters and stuff like that. And then if I'm just drawing other things, hold on a sec. I really need to find Chavela Vargas. That's her name. Jeez, sorry, it came to me before I even looked it up. If I'm listening to, or if I'm doing other work, I tend to listen to like one of three things. Well, like maybe one of four things. I listen to a lot of post-punk, like a lot of 80s post-punk. So your Bauhauses and Cure, some Echo and the Bunnymen, Joy Division kind of stuff. And I will listen to early 90s hip hop, like mid 80s, or I guess like mid 80s to like mid 90s kind of hip hop. So like Third Base or Eric B and Rakim, or things like that, Big Daddy Kane and things like that. I will do some punk rock, like very kind of early 80s, late 70s punk rock stuff. So like Germs, 999, Black Flag, some like early LA hardcore, like Screamers and the Weirdos and things like that. And then sometimes I'm just in the mood for like some metal, so I will do like usually like the new wave of British heavy metal. So Iron Maiden, Tigers of Pantang, Scorpions, Judas Priest, like that sort of thing. So those are kind of my go-tos. And then every so often I'll just get like a weird, like I love Manchester, like that whole scene, which is kind of post-punk, but not really. It's kind of somewhere between post-punk and like Britpop, you know? So it's like I would have said that Blur was a Manchester band before they were like a Britpop band, you know? Like I think that first album is more Manchester than it is, you know, Britpop, but I think the experts would disagree with me. So yeah, that's what I would do.
What is up, Comic Cap Collectibles?
Hey, Comic Cat.
All right, next question is from Callie. He says, how did you get into Grendel?
Oh man, that's Panda Brothers. I was at a spinner rack in like 1986, 87. The Kamiko Grendel, Christine's Bar Grendel that the Panda Brothers did, issue 1 was out. And something about that seemed like the most modern thing on the planet in like 1986 or 7. It was like comics really looked a certain way. And that was like one of the first comics that just didn't look like other comic books. And I was just completely taken by it. I loved almost everything Kamiko did. And yeah, so I just read that Christine Spar stuff. And then after that, I read a little bit of the Wagner stuff before, you know, like the Epi Thatcher stuff happened and the War Child and all of that, the Dark Horse kind of version of Grendel. But I was on board, and you know, whenever the Panda Brothers Grendel issue 1, the Kamiko version came out, that was my first exposure. And yeah, I love the Panda Brothers. And Kamiko's like a fascinating company. I'd love to like just kind of know more about that history. Love the Panda Brothers.
Oh,
Oop, that was weird.
hello.
All right, next question. Is there a comic or series that you would like to do a cover for? Comics.
I mean, I'd love to do an Amazing Spider-Man, you know, definitely. Yeah, like probably, you know, that's probably like wish list. If I could draw Spider-Man for real, I would love to do it. Something else. I mean, I'd love to do a Hellboy cover, you know, like I'd love to do a Goon cover. What else? Like,
I wish that Spider-Man commission was a freaking cover though.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I can. Maybe I can't. So I tried. Let's put it that way. There we go. Okay. That's probably the best. That's the best way I can say that. Yeah. Not unsubstantially. I did try. So I just didn't hear back. So yeah.
Yeah, that would be freaking. That was so beautiful.
Thanks, man. I mean, it could still happen, or they could just commission me to do another one. But yeah, I'm on deck places to do covers. I just don't. It just depends on what they, the Turtles was like a dream come true. Them just, and they, that was.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just met that guy I met that editor at a convention. Like he just walked. He had bought Lamano like the trade paperback. So there's an image version of my trade paperback that came out of my comic, and he had just saw it and like dug it, like the look of it, and just tried it out and then liked it, and then saw that I was going to be at a convention near him and came by and was like, "Hey man, I work at IDW. Do you want to do some covers? Like do some turtle covers?" And like you get people at conventions always like wanting to do jobs with you, like they're forever like, "Oh, we should do this, we should do that." And I'm always like, "Here's my email me." And man, he emailed me. So yeah, when I got that actual email, I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm doing these turtle covers." So yeah, that was a dream come true. Like most of the stuff I really dig. Like I don't know, it's all done by like auteur people, so like they do their own covers, and I don't know that like I could really get the chance to do that. Like dream job. I mean, I gotta say it's Spider-Man. Like that's probably just the easiest answer. Like I if I'm being honest, it's like I want to draw Spider-Man for real. I want the Marvel M on something I do, and I would love it to be Spider-Man.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Did we lose some?
Right answer.
All right, is that the right answer? Nice.
Oh, I don't know what Travis went. Okay.
Any potty break? Should we vamp a little instead of just being...
Oh, wait. Oh.
No, I had to go get my charger. My laptop almost died.
Oh, geez.
All right. Next question comes from Bobby Delgado. He wants to know, who is your favorite football team?
I don't have a football team. I grew up in LA at a time when the Rams were terrible, and I didn't want to be jumped into being a Raiders fan. So I just didn't have a football team forever, and then we were without football, and then I left before and as a Los Angelino or someone from the area, whatever. I can never get behind like anything that comes from San Diego. Like I'm never going to be a Clippers fan. Like I don't trust San Diego, so I can't get behind the Chargers and the Rams. Like they just weren't there for so long, and they were terrible when they were there that I just don't give a shit. So I'm normally like I'm going to cross the board. Like I'm a Kings fan, I'm a Lakers fan, I'm a hell of a Dodger fan. Like I'm just LA across the board. Football, I'm like I just like watching football. My wife is a native Arizonan, so I end up like kind of cheering for the Cardinals. But it's just a shame that their ownership doesn't cheer for the Cardinals. So it's hard. Right? Yeah. I don't know. They're just it's just bad. It's like some of those decisions. And I worked in advertising for a very long time, and I did work for I've done work for every Arizona major sport team, including the Cardinals. And I still, even having like them been a client, I'm kind of like I just don't care for. I mean, they're fine. Larry Fitzgerald's a hell of a guy. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that for free. I've done I think I've done like 4 or 5 commercials with that guy where like I was a creative director at an ad agency. So I was like, like I wrote one of the commercials. Yeah, forget about that. Anyway, he's super cool. Like he's a cool. Yeah, I had a whole other advertising life, but that's a guy. That's like a 9-year conversation, man. Yeah, I spent like 25-ish years in advertising. I was a creative director at a small agency. So we had bank out here that had a contract with Larry Fitzgerald as an endorsement deal. So we would do like 2 commercials a year with him. And he was always like, always down for anything, which is cool. Like, we had one year we were doing some actual football stuff, like him playing football stuff. Got some gorgeous footage, just like slow-mo footage. We were using this Phantom out in the dark. So like there's this cone of light he was in. So he kind of like came in from the dark and like then like shifted back out into darkness with like this great super slow-mo. But we needed someone who could like legitimately throw a ball to him, like you or I throwing a ball. Like it's not going to work. Like we don't know how to throw an actual like a professional ball he's used to catching, right? So like we had So I could probably put a spiral on it, but just not like at the speed he's used to catching, So the Cardinals gave us Max Hall as like the guy to throw to him, and that guy was like obligated to be there because it's part of his job is to like do certain things, and so he was obligated to be there from like 7 to 10 or whatever the hell the shoot schedule was. And he showed up from 7 to 10, and at 10 o'clock, he get the fuck out of there. And Larry Fitzgerald's like, hey, man, we're going to get a few more shots here. And he's like, nope, I'm out. It's 10, I'm out. And he's like, Larry's like giving him shit, kind of like razzing him for going, trying to like goad him into coming back. And he's like, nope, did my time, I'm out of here. And Larry stayed like until almost midnight that night, like doing stuff. So, he's a great guy. So like Arizona athletes are pretty cool. So, I guess, just maybe by power of transference, like he's a good guy. He was a Cardinal forever. Like maybe the Cardinals are my favorite team, I guess, if I had to. But more often than not, I just like kind of watching football, when I can.
Larry seems like such a great guy.
Oh, dude, he's fantastic. Like he was, man. Like we did one where we had his son involved in the shoot, and that like he was like in heaven, being able to hang out with his son all day. Like super smiley, like just in a good mood the whole time. Like he's like it's a weird part of his job to like be an actor in a commercial, right? Like, but he just dug it. He's like, yeah, man, it's like, let's do it. Like I saw 2 very different, like, Max Hall, who's like, fuck, I will do the time I'm supposed to be here, and then I'm get the fuck out of here. And Larry, who's like, yeah, man, let's like make some cool shit happen. Like this is gonna be fun, he was a super cool guy. And he remembered, like I saw him at a charity event, like not that much long, like I hadn't seen him probably in maybe like 4 or 5 months, and I was at a charity event he was at, and he totally remembered me, which is like the amount of people like that guy has to like meet and run into on a daily basis. Like for him to even like slightly remember who I was pretty cool. So good guy. Absolutely love that guy.
Nice. That's awesome.
All right. Yeah. Next question comes from Evil's Comics. He wants to know if you could kill off any major superhero, who would die and be dead forever?
The Punisher.
Well, that was quick.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I just think that I don't know, man. I'm over badassery. Like I'm almost a 50-year-old man. Like I just like I just think that's the easiest way to say that. I'm just over like badass stuff. Like any in anything I do, whether it be like in advertising or design work or, tattooing or comic books, it's like, if like we get in any kind of like discussion, like me and a client get in any kind of discussion about like it needing to be more badass or like the badass level of it, like I just, no, just no. Like, look, I get it. I was a 13-year-old boy at one point in my life too, but I'm just not that anymore. So I think that, I think the Punisher could die forever, and I think comics would be fine. I mean, that's, again, I know that people, like, look, read the Zek series, read the Garth Ennis stuff. Like, there's so much good Punisher out there. Like, we just don't need that anymore. I don't think. Like,
well, technically, like, and Mike's pointing it out in the chat. Frank Castle is technically dead.
Oh,
the
cool.
new Punisher series that is coming out this upcoming Wednesday. It's a new Punisher. It's not Frank Castle. It's a new guy.
I can get behind that. I mean, like, I might check that out. I might try to see what they do. But if it's just like badassery, then I'm like, I'm over badassery. Like, I don't need that. I don't need. So I'm gonna get like preachy for a second. I don't need that kind of competence porn. Where like people can just do everything. The Bourne movies are fine, but it is just competence porn, and I think that dangerously though, it preaches the American gospel of the myth of redemptive violence, and I think that that's just something as myth makers we should probably stay away from. Like this notion of redemptive violence is dangerous in a lot of ways. So that I'm off my soapbox now. Let's go back to drawing and being goofy.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead forever. Frank Castle's probably not dead forever.
Oh yeah, no one's. I mean, Bucky's back. Come on, that used to be the standard of like who's really dead. You're like, oh, is he dead? Like Bucky dead? Like, and now Bucky's back. So who'd have thought that had been as cool as it was though?
Brother Joe saying hello, Mrs. Roscoe.
What up, Brother Joe?
Next question comes from Bobby Delaghetto.
Bobby,
we're almost at the end of the questions, and brings us right into this or that.
Okay.
So probably the next 30 minutes, get your at-homes in. Shorter of a show tonight, not a 3 or 4 hour show.
Okay. Did I bum
Bob
everyone out with
Delaghetto.
your comment? Did I ruin this for us?
No. It's just we usually go like 3 hours. We're trying to cut it down.
Oh, okay.
Because we only got a certain amount of time during the month. Do you have a favorite beer?
I've been sober a very long time, and like maybe longer than you guys have been alive. So but when I did drink, God, I wasn't even really that big of a beer drinker. I liked Heineken. That was like about the only, like, I don't like kind of American Pilsner style beers. Like I never did when I was drinking. And then it would just like, I would have 2 of them and be like, I need some hard alcohol. Like I can't continue to do this. But I would drink maybe 3 or 4 Heinekens if given the chance.
but now it's root beer. That's
Yeah. Now it's decaf coffee, man. I can't even do caffeine. I've got so many after my 3rd trip to the emergency room with kidney stones, and they told me that like I should probably avoid caffeine. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and pass on coffee, caffeine for the rest of my life. Yeah, so I don't even do caffeine. So I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any drugs. Like I don't even do caffeine. I'm just like super lame. I draw comic books.
Well, thank God you can draw
caffeine.
well. I don't know how. No.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm super addicted to caffeine.
Oh man, I was bad. I drink like a pot and a half of coffee a day, like no joke. Like literally from when I woke up until I went to bed. I love coffee. I still drink a ton of decaf, like not a ton, but like because there is caffeine in it. But yeah, I love coffee. I love caffeine. I just can't. I just don't love kidney stones.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I have 5 hours. I have 5 hours. By the time I wake up, the clock starts, and once it hits that 5 hour mark, if I have not had a coffee or had caffeine in me, I get that full frontal headache.
Oh,
it
yeah.
does not go away even after I drink coffee. And if I go a little bit longer, I'll literally it'll be so bad that I'll get the sweats and I'll throw up.
Oh man.
So I'm that addicted to caffeine.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where I've been off of it so long where if I do get caffeine, I'll almost throw up just from like a cup of coffee. Like if someone like 20 ounces of what I think is decaf, if it's regular, like I'll feel it like halfway in, and then I'll be like literally like spun out, like I'm gonna throw up. I'm like yeah, it's because I haven't like voluntarily taken caffeine and like God, it's probably been 12 years now. Jeez, been a while.
Wow.
Getting old sucks, man. I'm telling you, don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Don't do it.
Yeah, highly recommend.
I'll try. I'll try.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Cali Comics. He wants to know: have you ever heard of bagged milk?
Bagged milk? No.
Yes.
Like, is that just milk in a bag?
You've never heard of bagged milk? You said you had it from Canada. Like we have bagged milk.
Oh God, no! That must have been one of the Canadian things that escaped me. Yeah, no, I've never heard of milk in a bag. I mean, I think, yeah, no, I don't think I have. I'm not even gonna pretend like I have. Like I have not.
Yeah, that's Canada for you. They don't put it in a carton; they put it in a bag.
Like in a bag? Like, is there a handle, or like how is it like? Is it like wine in a bag? It's like actually wine in a bag, but it's in a box, like kind of thing.
Nope.
Well, we have like a container.
Okay.
Like kind of looks like a juice container, but it doesn't. We don't have a lid for the top.
Gotcha.
You put the bag of milk inside that, and then you have this little thing that's like, it's like a cutter for milk for the bag of milk in that. And you cut it just like a little bit off of like the side of it, and then you pour it out.
So it's like a liner for a baby's bottle, except it's milk for an adult. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. No, I had no idea you guys did that.
Now, so like we have like we still have milk in a carton and that, so but we do also have bagged milk.
Gotcha. What part of Canada are you in?
Prince Edward Island.
Oh, okay.
All the way on the east coast, furthest east. We're in the Atlantic time zone.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
So for me right now, it is 11:15 p.m. Atlantic time. In the East Coast, it's 10.
Does Canada do daylight savings?
Yes.
Okay.
The only place in Canada that doesn't do daylight savings time is Saskatchewan.
Okay. Yeah,
everywhere else in Canada does.
I live in Arizona, which we have enough daylight. We don't need to save any, so we don't change our time ever, which is fantastic.
We have enough daylight around here.
Oh yeah, yeah. We had this July, we set a record of 31 consecutive 100 plus days degree wise. So it was at least 110 degrees for 31 days in a row, which was even for Arizona, it was kind of ridiculous. So
jeez,
it is toasty. Yeah, there's no need to save our daylight. I mean, it was like 90 degrees. It was like 92 today. Like we're in November. It was still 90 degrees today.
Yeah. All right. Next question comes from Mama Roscoe. She wants to know what your favorite dessert is.
Oh, God, that's a good question. Favorite dessert, like, I don't know. I am very partial to like pies. Usually like an apple. But I'm trying to think, like, if I could go like straight up, like just have anything after a meal, like that's a good question. Pie. Yeah, I like a lot of pies. You know what it is? Here's the answer. Actual answer. Very specific to. I want Mrs. Knott's boysenberry pie with a scoop of ice cream on top. And I don't know if you guys know. You know what Knott's Berry Farm is? Have you heard of Knott's Berry Farm?
That's in Cali.
Yes, it's in Buena Park, California. It is. It started off as a chicken dinner restaurant that's Mrs. Knott. Well, the guy who started it, Mr. Knott, he started Knott's Berry Farm, but she had started this chicken restaurant, and it was so popular that the people were waiting outside. So her husband built like a little train you could take like as a ride for people who were waiting in line, and that's how Knott's Berry Farm started. And he made all of his money for that land developing this type of berry called the boysenberry, which is kind of like a more tart blackberry. I think they actually own the name, so I think they call it like razzleberry other places because the Knotts actually know the name boysenberry. But at that restaurant, at Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant, they make a boysenberry pie that is to die for. It's so tart, it's so delicious. But you can get it slightly warm with a scoop of like hand churned vanilla ice cream on top. That is the ultimate. Like if I could be anywhere in the world, and then when I was done eating that meal, I could be like, bring me Mrs. Knott's boysenberry pie, ice cream on top. That's what I would do.
Right now, bring that to me.
Yep. Yeah, you can get that pie without going into the actual park. Like you can just go to the restaurant and get some. So next time I'm out in LA, I might just do that. It's been a minute. I always forget that it's there.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to work right across the street from. No, at the Buena Park Mall. I used to work right across the street from Knott's Berry Farm, and I could literally ride. Like there was a way for me to go home where I cut right in front of the restaurant, and I would on occasion stop and grab a slice of pie before I went the rest of the way home.
That's what's up.
Right. Next question comes from Evil's Comics. He wants to know, how big is your comic collection?
Oh man, I've got. Let me think here. I've got 4 long boxes in storage, and then I have, 1, 2. I think I have 8 or 9 short boxes here at the studio, a short box worth of comics at the house, and probably 2 short boxes worth of comics that are just stacked up. I'm looking around my studio, and there's like a stack right there. There's a stack right there. Probably at least 2 short boxes worth of comics that should probably be in short boxes that I just don't have in short boxes right now because I need to read them before I put them away or go through them again. I've been finding like some really good deals on some great like classic stuff. Like there's a comic shop out here called Samurai Comics, and they will just like package together like all the Eternals. Like just they'll put them in like one bag, and they'll be like $12 or whatever. And they had so I got all of Cosmic Odyssey. I got all of Squadron Supreme recently, and like I've been rereading those. So like I've just been going back and reading a lot of like really bad 80s, not bad, but just kind of like nothing 80s comics that I just really enjoyed. Like Team America, like stuff like that, like US 1, just random stuff that I enjoyed as a kid. That I'm like I should probably reread that.
Those are all in the dollar bins.
Oh yeah. I never pay. I mean, with the exception of that Buona Beast, I rarely pay more than like $5 for a comic. Like most of the stuff I like just isn't like I'm putting an entire West Coast Avengers run together. I'm like probably 3/4 of the way through that, and I've paid maybe $3 for the most expensive one of those. And nothing I have is slabbed, nothing I have is graded. I'd say probably 80% of what I have isn't even in boards and bags. It's just loose comics. So I just buy them to read them. Like comics as a commodity is like not what I'm in comics for. Like I like the creativity. I make them. So I enjoy them for the stories and the art so I just treat them like I know I can find a shit copy of every good comic. Anything that's worth like a ton of money, there's a shit version of it out there somewhere that I can have for like $3, and I'll take that because I want to read the thing. Like I'm not going to flip it. I was at a show, and this guy the guy next to me had a bunch of comics he was handing out to kids, and he had that Captain America, I think it's an annual, where Wolverine is like slashing the cover, that Mike Zeck cover. Where Wolverine is slashing Captain America's shield. It's like maybe Captain America annual, like I don't know, 12 or something like that. And it was in great shape. And I saw him like, I love that comic. And I was like recounting parts of like, I love how he falls on the spikes and then slides across them and blah blah blah. And he goes, here man, you can just have this. I'm like, okay, cool, And then this guy I know who like is in the he's in the business of like buying and selling in comics and stuff. He was in my hotel room later. We were talking stuff. He's like, oh shit, man, where'd you get that? There's like, he also gave me 3 of the original Mike Zeck Punisher miniseries too, and those were all in great shape. And this guy's like, where did you get these? I'm like, oh yeah, my neighbor gave them to me. Like, these are great. Like, I love these. I'm gonna read them. He's like, dude, these are in great shape. You should get these graded today. I'm like, no man, I'm gonna read them. Like, they're for me. Like, I'm gonna ruin those things. Like, I know what you're talking about. But he couldn't fathom that. Like, hey, I get that people have different levels of how they engage in comics. I have no problem with people who like the kind of commodity aspect of it. But for me, it's all about the art and stories. And now it's like I'm at an age where I'm just reliving my youth, where I'm like, I remember that old comic from when I was great. And then most of my taste is kind of terrible. So I'm able to buy like a lot of cheap stuff because I don't have I'm not looking for X-Men ones, or anything like that.
Right on.
Nice.
All right. Next question comes from Bobby Delgado. How does Dead Man celebrate the Day of the Dead?
That was the subject of one of the things I wanted to do for the Dead Man story I had, which is like, so the Day of the Dead, for those who don't know, and this is just how I view it, or like the cultural implications that I was taught as a kid. There could be different like Oaxacan traditions or what have you. It is a Mesoamerican holiday that got appropriated by Catholicism, but the original idea was that it was the day when the spirits from the other side could come visit us, and so we want to entice them to be comfortable here. So we put their pictures out, we put the marigolds out, we light candles to light their way, we offer them their favorite foods and treats, so that they will want to come hang out with us and support us in our endeavors in the living, like be there for us for a minute, and also a chance for us to thank them for being the lineage that got us to where we are today. So I would think that as a guy who is a spirit that embodies other people, he would feel a little crowded on the Day of the Dead, because this mass migration of spirits from the spirit realm coming to this realm, which is kind of his deal. And so I thought it would be a good opportunity for him to get switched up in whatever it was he was trying to do, because there's so much kind of traffic on that day. So it's like a heavy alcoholic would think on St. Patrick's Day, right? Like, he's in the bar every day. He's like drinking all the time. So like, it's a day for amateurs, like when, I know, I have some friends who were like, they drink all the time. They're just drinkers. That's like that kind of their personality. And I'm like, oh, are you doing anything for St. Patrick's Day? And like, nah, man, that's amateur hour. I'm going to go the bars are going to be crowded. It's going to be a bunch of people who don't know how to handle their liquor, blah, blah, blah. So I would feel like he would kind of like want to get away, or wouldn't have to, or there were an opportunity for them to kind of mess up what he's trying to do, because he's like trying to possess somebody or be there to kind of get a thing done. And there's all this kind of cross traffic of people who aren't normally in that, like between, that liminal space between the spirit realm and the physical realm. So I think that he wouldn't really celebrate it so much as he would kind of like dread it, like, these fucking guys again, So that's my thought on the matter.
Awesome.
Nice.
Papa Wheelie wants to know, what do you like drawing the most, DC or Marvel, and which character?
God, that's a good question too. You know what? Despite what I said about DC, I kind of like drawing Silver Age DC people better. Like I just liked, I like the kind of bodysuit simplicity of like early DC comics from from like the 60s. I think they all just had really good, strong silhouettes. I think the Flash's Silver Age costume was like a near perfect costume, like just that Carmen Infantino, like, showcase number 2 or whatever it is that he, is it number 2? Am I right? When does Silver Age start? You guys are comic guys. Anyway, the birth of the Silver Age. So I think, I love drawing Dead Man. I draw Dead Man a lot, just like kind of doodle him here and there. I draw Superman a lot. Like I really like, it's hard to beat Superman. I mean, there's a reason he's like the guy, right? The template for all those superheroes. I love drawing Shazam or Captain Marvel. I like drawing Captain Marvel Jr., like Freddie Freeman with the blue, suit. I think is a good look. I do love Takitani, Mr. Takitani. Like my big complaint about the DC cinematic universe, I've always said, is like, look, I don't need Mr. Takitani to show up, but I want the world to feel like he could at any minute, and it wouldn't seem weird, right? Like that's what I want from the DC cinematic universe. Is like, I don't need to see Taki. I mean, I realized Tawny was in that second Shazam movie, kind of, but like I want a world in which he could show up, and it wouldn't, like, no one would be like, is that a talking tiger? Like, So I love drawing Takitani. I love drawing Dead Man. Yes, I draw them a lot. Marvel, who do I draw a lot? I love drawing like Taskmaster and Hellrider, or Ghost Rider. Like I love flaming skulls are always a good look. But I like making them kind of like weird and cartoony. God, who do I draw? That's a good question. Oh shit, you know what? So I think my internet's dying. I gotta plug this in. Give me 1 second here, guys. Yep. Hold on. Make sure I don't lose you. All right, there we go. Done. It's a good question. Who do I? I'm like trying to think who I tend to draw. I love drawing Cable. Like he's just ridiculous. Like I love. I don't know. So like and this is people like. For October, I did Pouchtober, which is Rico Renzi, the colorist. He did this he had a prompt of like all these characters with pouches, and I do these what I call my doodles. So the comic I do, La Mano del Destino, it's set in the '60s, and so it's also a world in which like lucha libre is the most important thing in that world. And so because the luchadors are famous in that world, there's like a cartoon of them within that world, and that cartoon is done in this like very cartoon modern style for like mid-century modern style. That is evocative of like the UPA, which is a studio from the 40s and 50s in America. It's a very like geometric. It's much different than the Disney kind of tube arm, sort of, or the naturalism that Disney was doing. It was just very like graphic, very simple shapes and what have you. And so I like doing doodles of taking like Marvel or DC characters and like figuring out how to make them like super simple shapes, like in just a big circle or a square or whatever, and just kind of like putting the least amount on there. And so I was doing Pouchtober, I was doing doodles, and anyone can check out my Instagram and see like there's like still a month worth of them on there. And I was doing them on 8.5 by 11s, and then when I did Cable, I did them on 11 by 17, so I could fill like 3/4 of the page with just gun, just like the biggest gun possible. And so I love ridiculousness in comics. I just love the absurdity. And so if a character is kind of absurd, I will draw them because that's what I enjoy doing. But I'm trying to like look around what other like sketches of. Yeah, that's probably like my list. And then weirdly enough, like I don't draw a lot of Spider-Man despite my love for him, just because I have like a weird superstition about it. Like I kind of like when I get to draw Spider-Man, I kind of want it to be for real,
What other Spider-Man characters do you like? I mean, do you like any other, or is Peter Parker it? Like,
no, I mean, I
like
love
Miles and.
I mean, I do like Miles a lot. I think he's got a great look. I think, I like the look of the tarantula. Like, they don't do enough of the tarantula, I think. I love Man-Wolf, like, J. Jonah Jameson's son. And his hero astronaut son. I was talking about that the other day. Like, there have been people, like, how like there's a guy who's Nomad now that's not Steve Rogers, like, but Steve Rogers was Nomad beforehand, and there's like someone is Ricochet, the Spider-Man character who became like he was Ricochet, but now someone else has taken up the mantle. Like, like no one has taken up the Capwolf mantle. Like, Captain America was like these other things, and everyone else is like there's a there's a U.S. agent, like there's that version of him is like being taken up by someone else, and I'm like, like someone should take up the Capwolf mantle. Like someone else should be Capwolf because Steve Rogers can't be that anymore. And I was like, well, what is J. Jonah Jameson's son doing? Or what is Rainey doing? Like, what is Wolfsbane doing? Like why couldn't Wolfsbane be the new Capwolf? So, I love Capwolf, man. I love that Greenwald era Captain America ridiculousness.
Right.
But but I love, I do enjoy, Man-Wolf in the Spider-Man universe. I do like his, I like your armadillos and your grizzlies. And I'm trying to think who else is kind of all of it, for the most part. Like I'm not a big fan of like Carnage and all of the other Carnageites that ended up happening. I just it was a time in comics when I just wasn't reading comics. And again, see my previous comments about badassery. I didn't mind Venom, but I'm not really the biggest Venom fan. Like I've never really even liked the black suit. Like, like not on Peter. Like I love the blue and red or black and red, depending on who's drawing it. I like I kind of like, other than that, like I'll even go to bat for like the Chameleon, like I like all of Spider-Man have for a long time.
Chameleon, yeah.
All right, and the last question before this or that comes from Mama Rosso. She says Tuscan, Sedona, or Flagstaff.
Oh, Tucson, Sedona, or Flagstaff. So my wife's family is from Tucson, and I end up there a lot. I tried to live there once when I was married to my first wife too. I like Tucson as an idea. Like I like being there. I like a lot about that town. Its art scene is much cooler than Phoenix is. Its downtown is much more walkable. Like it has kind of cooler options. But living there, getting stuff done on like a professional level, you start to feel how small a town it is. Like if you're just hanging out, like if you're just gonna like, if I didn't have to work, I would love Tucson. And then Flagstaff is super expensive for no reason. They pretend like they're Hawaii, like everything has to be flown out there. Like, oh well, it's. But the reality is you're kind of isolated. Like there's not a lot of options. So if you don't want to pay that price, you're like 2 hours away from a better deal. So like they know they got you, so they kind of screw you. So I dislike that about Flagstaff. I mean, what was the other one? Tucson or Sedona? I like Sedona. Of those three, I got to go Tucson. Sedona's fine. Like it's cool. It's a little hippy dippy for me. It's a little like the whole town is almost like a tourist gift shop. Like literally, like the entire town is kind of like one big gift shop, and that kind of irritates me. But the Red Rocks are amazing. Like going out and being amongst the Red Rocks, it's like it just feels different. Like I understand why people like believe in energy vortexes and that sort of thing. Because when you're there and just all of that red around you, like you just like the light feels different on your face, yeah, I got to say Tucson probably. Like my money's on Tucson, just to hang out in. I guess is my caveat. I'm not living there.
Mm-hmm. All right. That is last of the questions, guys. Thank you guys so much for asking such amazing questions tonight. We still got 17 people kicking it with us. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure to check us out next week because we'll be over on my channel with Cryo Prime talking cartoons. But it's Roscoe's favorite portion of the show, which means, guys, get your at-homes in, and that within the next 10 minutes. And because I'll have those ready to go right after this or that. We'll go right into the at-home editions. Do you hear? Yeah, I was going to ask Gonzo if he hears a sound. Do you hear that?
It might be my air conditioning. I don't hear a sound other than my air conditioning running, and I have no control over my air conditioning because I'm in my studio right now. And so if it's anything, it might be my air conditioning. You want me to mute for a second?
I don't think it's your air conditioning. No. I think it's something else.
It's getting closer. It's getting closer.
And I think gotcha.
There it is. Awesome. Oh,
I see what you did there.
Gonzo, are you ready, brother, for this or that?
In as much as I possibly can be, yes.
You need me to move him over, Travis?
Yeah, could you? I'm having issues.
I got him.
Okay.
All good. Yeah, you're on big screen now. All right. All right, brother. Here we go.
Okay.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Over. What am I, a psychopath?
Rock and roll or hip hop?
Rock and roll.
Waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
Hoodie or a jacket?
Jacket.
Go-to jelly on a peanut. Oh, what'd you say?
I said even though I'm wearing a hoodie right now, I'm definitely jacket.
Gotcha. No. Go-to jelly on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich: strawberry or grape?
Grape.
Chinese food or Italian food?
Chinese.
Do you rather be the driver or the passenger?
How long's the trip?
Whenever. Don't matter. Wherever you're going.
Ideally, I'd like to be the passenger, but I never am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lazy boy recliner or outdoor hammock?
Outdoor hammock.
Muffins or donuts?
Donuts.
Would you rather be a villain against Iron Man or Batman?
Oh, Iron Man.
Would you rather go fishing or stay home and play video games?
Fishing.
Here you go. Easter peeps or candy corn?
Candy corn. That is a devil's choice there, but yeah.
That's why I do it.
Dude, peeps are the worst, man. I cannot. I don't understand how they exist. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I get people go on a tangent on a lot of these that I ask. So
you're good. Is this a speed round? Can I go tangent? I'll go tangent. Yeah, because the video game or fishing thing, I haven't played a video game since 1995, and and I've never owned a video game system. And the last game I was good at was Super Mario Brothers. So, yeah, I just like I don't know. I just I got too much to do, and video games would just take up too much time. So I know, much like my drinking, I just have to stop. I just can't do it.
I hear you. All right, brother. Would you rather be what sidekick would you rather be? Robin to Batman or Chewie to Han Solo?
Chewie to Han Solo.
Truck or SUV?
Truck. I own a truck. I got a Ford F-150. It's great. It's great for like hauling stuff to conventions. I'll tell you that.
Nice. Card game or board game?
Board game.
Sweet or savory?
That's a good question. I mean, I got to say sweet. I got a sweet tooth like no tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy it like a good, like savory, but I'll never say no to sweet, like ever.
Ninjas or pirates?
Ninjas.
Movie or TV series?
Movie in the movie theater. I see 2 or 3 movies a week, like in the theater. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I'm a huge movie guy. Yep.
Nice.
I love all of like the popcorn, the people, all of it. Like, yeah, it's just there's nothing beats being in a movie theater.
The atmosphere is just the best.
Yep.
Silver or gold?
Silver. Unless it's white gold, because I'll do white gold, but I don't like the look of yellow gold or rose gold. I'm kind of iffy about, but yeah, I like the look of. So I mean, like I get silver jewelry. I've got a silver wedding ring. Yeah, I don't mess with like yellow gold.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, I like white gold too. No one's ever said white gold on here, but I do like white gold. Snowball fight or water balloon fight?
Water balloon. I hate the cold. I grew up in Southern California. I live in Arizona, and for me, cold. Anything below 70. That's where cold starts. Yeah, you get anything below 50. What are we talking about? Like, did we not have an industrial revolution so we didn't have to deal with anything less than 50 degrees? So, yeah, that's what science was for. So we didn't have to deal with that.
Chocolate or vanilla?
I'll say vanilla, but like if dark chocolate is an option, I'll take dark chocolate over vanilla, but it specifically has to be like I like bitter, I like tart stuff, so I take dark chocolate, but if it's just straight up like milk chocolate, I'm taking vanilla every time.
Okay. Mild, medium, or hot and spicy?
Oh, hot and spicy. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Mexican, man. That's all we do.
Angels in the outfield or rookie of the year?
Oh man. I kind of hate both of those.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm much older than. I mean, I'll take Bull Durham over all of those. Like Bull Durham's a near perfect movie. If we're talking like just sport kind of comedy movies, yeah. Like, but of those two, I'll say rookie of the year. It was like at least slightly more interesting. Like that's one where the kid messes his arm up and then can throw really fast, right? Yeah. That at least had Angels in the outfield was just such banal garbage. Sorry.
Simpsons or Family Guy?
Simpsons.
Pinball or skee ball?
Oh God. I mean, so I played pinball every day of my life for about a decade. I have some real hard opinions about like Data East games. I really like. We could talk about the Twilight Zone pinball versus the Addams Family pinball for probably 5 more hours. I love pinball. However, man, skee ball was someone else like that one-on-one. Like when I was a pinball player, me and my roommate and another friend of ours, like we all played the same kind of places. And I would like on my way home, I would stop at this burger shop called the Mad Greek because they had next to it was a pizza joint that had a Cyclone game, which has a spinning pads on it. And if I saw that one of my roommates had taken my slot, I would play until I beat them. Or I'd stop by Camelot and it had both a Twilight Zone and an Addams Family. Oh, and it had a Terminator 2 game. That Terminator 2 pinball game is amazing, by the way. But Addams Family 2 is great. And if I had $1 million, I would buy that Twilight Zone game. That thing is extra wide. It's got the 5-ball multi-ball. It's got the magnetic flippers on the upper level. It is fantastic.
Yeah, you were going in depth in it. You
Oh,
you
dude,
like
man,
the magnetic pads, they spin around. You got
dude, I know so much
Five-ball
about pinball.
challenge.
It's not even like I know. I've played so much pinball in my life. I remember being at a pizza shop here in Arizona. When I first moved here, I was waiting for a movie to like start. I had like about maybe like I don't know an hour or something to kill, and I jumped on this. I had a Cyclone game, and the reset was super low, and the high score was super low, and so I got on there and I hit the replay, and I got the high score, and I got like just an extra game and like the and one of the goals that I got. So I had racked up 3 extra games, and it was just like, and I was there most of the time. I was trying to kill on like one game that I was playing, and then I had gathered a crowd of small children who had like younger kids, like 10-year-olds who had never seen anyone play pinball before, and it was like I was doing arcane magic in front of them. They were like, and then one kid like was like I had to go, and I'm like, hey kid, you want to play? And that kid drained 3 balls before I could even get to the front door. It was sad. Yeah, kids these days don't know how to play pinball. But man, I love skee ball. I love playing with another person, and like because everybody kind of good at skee ball, right? Like you can kind of get anybody on skee ball. I'm a
Yeah,
huge
true.
foosball guy too. I used to play like kind of competitive foosball when I was working in advertising because we had a foosball table in there. We'd like bet money on it, and I got really good at foosball. Man, that's a good question. Pinball. If I have to either or,
Man, I can't
man,
believe this is
I
the
might
one
have
that
to just go
stumped me.
pinball. Pinball might be the.
Okay.
I mean, I do love like me and my wife can just go play skee ball and like enjoy ourselves, and it's pretty fair. It's pretty even. Me and my wife go play pinball. I'm gonna beat the hell out. She's gonna sit for 40 minutes while I play, and then she'll drain a ball, and then I'll play 40 more minutes. So it seems kind of bad. Yeah, I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna go pinball though. It's
Okay.
it's my love. Yeah,
All right. Milkshakes or smoothies?
smoothies.
Coke or Pepsi?
I'm like a neither guy, but I mean, if I had of those two, I'll go Coke. It's less sweet. Like that's why Pepsi wins those challenges is because it's sweet, and if you have a drink of it, it's like, oh, that's great. Like I want like all that sugar. But if you did the Pepsi challenge where people had to drink the whole glass, people would pick Coke because it's easier to drink and less sweet, in my opinion.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Cake or pie? Well, I think you ordered that. You said that
yeah.
earlier.
Oh yeah, pie.
All right. Water park or amusement park?
Amusement park.
Beach or pool?
Oh, beach every day of the week, man. I grew up 6 miles from the beach. The summer after I graduated high school, I literally spent every day at the beach. I would work my shift, go hang out at the beach. Work my shift, go hang out at the beach.
You surf though, right? Too, right?
Oh yeah, I surfed for a long time too. Yeah. I
Nice.
love the ocean. Like it. Every time I'm there, I'm like, how do I live without this in my life? Like it is literally a part of who I am.
Henchman to Two-Face or to Kingpin?
Ooh, I don't know, man. Who's got like less of a chance of murdering me for fucking up?
Right.
Like I'm gonna say, look, here's my thought process on this. They're both gonna kill me when I screw up, and I'm gonna screw up, right? Like that's gonna happen. Like I'm gonna die at the hands of my boss. Kingpin is gonna send me after Daredevil or Spider-Man, and like those are both guys who don't kill you. So they're not going to, even if I get caught in this hench lifestyle where I just keep coming back to my, like the guy I'm henching for, like eventually Kingpin's going to kill me. Right. Or eventually, cause Batman's not going to kill me either, but he's definitely going to catch me. So I'm gonna do a lot more time in jail with Two-Face. However, when Two-Face decides to kill me, he's probably just going to shoot me. I don't know that I want to be smothered to death or beaten to death. Right. So I'm going to go with Two-Face just because I'll take a bullet over being like smothered.
Okay.
Bobby does bring up a really good point. Yeah. You also have a 50-50
true.
chance of getting out of it with Two-Face.
What's your go-to, air guitar or air drums?
Oh, air guitar.
Okay. Would you rather be hairy like Beast or made out of rocks like Thing?
I'd go hairy like Beast. That seems a little more manageable in a lot of different ways.
Breakfast food or desserts?
Breakfast food.
Would you rather be stuck in a cage with a lion or stuck in a pool with a shark?
Pool with a shark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's one of my favorites.
Because you can just bop a shark in the nose and it'll go away. Like it shorts out their nervous system. Lion, you get very few defenses. Like you're just.
That's true, but I feel like in a pool, I mean, it doesn't have much other place, so it's going to keep coming after.
Yeah,
I feel
but you
like
just keep bopping it on the nose. How long can you keep a lion at bay? Like, I can probably. I mean, the shark may or may not get me eventually, right? The lion's gonna get me, and a whole lot. Like, what are my defenses with the cage and the lion? Like, it's just gonna eat me. That's just, it's just, yeah. So I'm gonna. I feel like I got a fighting chance with this whole shark thing.
Okay. Pizza or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Would you rather have your fingers as long as your legs, or your legs as long as your fingers?
Well, I am a 5'6" man, so I kind of already have legs as long as my fingers. So I'm gonna say legs as long as my fingers, mostly because I need my hands to draw. Like that's my livelihood.
And then here's the last one for you, brother. Would you rather smell like Swamp Thing or look like Toxic Avenger?
Oh, I mean, Toxic got some action, right? Like that girl was
He
into
did.
him. Yeah, I'm gonna say look like Toxic Avenger. How do you guys feel about that remake?
I'm excited for it. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah,
But as of right now, I'm a big Toxic Avenger fan coming from New Jersey. So
yeah.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see where this goes. But
Can I tell you
just
my
hope we don't
Lloyd
win.
Kaufman story?
Your
Real
what?
quick? Can I tell you my Lloyd Kaufman story?
Sure.
So,
Well, real quick though.
go
I
ahead,
mean,
do you think?
no. That was just want to say thank you so much. That was this or that. Appreciate you. All right. Sorry about that, brother. You go
No,
ahead.
it's totally fine. Yeah. So when I was
Also, I just want to announce before that this week, this or that, and that home clip won't be dropping. It's too long to find because we're 2 hours in, and it's too long to clip. I get phone calls, I get text messages that end up ruining the clips that I think. Since we have the free version right now, I can't clip them out. I can't download it and clip it out is easy. So I'll just be doing the short video and dropping that on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube this week. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. So I was just gonna say, when I was a younger man, like I think I was like 18 or something, I dated this girl. I should say I was a much better looking younger man. I dated this girl who was a swimsuit model, a very attractive young lady, who, of course, being in California, wanted to be an actress. And at some point, she was in a movie called Femme Fontaine Killer Babe for the CIA, which is a terrible, terrible movie. She played one of the drug lord's girlfriends, or hoochies, or whatever whatever the word, the politically incorrect term for that is. So she was just, she was basically a bimbo. She just, was hot in a swimsuit. She was also in an episode of Sliders, like that Jerry O'Connell show.
Yes, yeah.
That she's in the vampire one. She's in that as well. She's like one of the vampires. So she's in this terrible movie called Femme Fontaine Killer Babe for the CIA. And it was a trauma picture. And so I was at WonderCon one year. God, I'm trying to think when this is. I think it was like 2009 or 10-ish. And Troma's there. And if you've ever seen the Troma booth at a show, it is just all DVDs. It's just a wall of DVDs. All the movies, Sergeant Kabuki Man, Tromeo and Juliet, Toxic Avenger, all of like everything, all of the great, all the Troma stuff that you've come to know and love. And so I go looking for this movie because I've only ever seen the preview for it, which you can watch on YouTube. And there's like a scene where the drug lord's at the poolside. I think she's on his right side, anyway. So I go looking for Femme Fontaine Killer Babe for the CIA at the Troma booth, and they don't have it. And so I asked the girl working there, I go, hey, do you guys have Femme Fontaine Killer Babe for the CIA? And she's like, no, I don't think we did that movie. I'm like, no, it's a Troma movie. And she's like, no, I don't think so. And she's like, well, let me ask, Andy or whatever the guy's name is. She grabs another guy. She goes, hey, man, this guy's looking for a movie. Like, what is it called again? I'm like, that's Femme Fontaine Killer Babe for the CIA. And he's like, nah, that doesn't sound like one we've done, man. I'm like, nope, it's a Troma movie, man. And he goes, and before I can even catch it, he goes, you know what, man, let's just ask Lloyd. He'd know. And I'm like before I get that what he's saying, he just reaches over. Lloyd's there talking. He's like doing an interview or something. He's like talking to someone, and he just grabs Lloyd out of his interview or he's talking to. And he goes, hey, man, this guy's looking for some movie we may have done. And I'm just like dumbfounded. So I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, he's like, what's this movie? I'm like, Femme Fontaine, Killer Babe for the CIA. He goes, oh yeah, that we just distributed that. We didn't actually produce it, but we had that in like blah, blah, like 95. And he just rattled off the stars, where they shot it, how they had the license, when they gave it up. He knew all the details of it, just top of his head. And I'm like, so you guys don't have it on DVD, huh? And he's like, no, sorry, man. I'm like, okay. So yeah, that was like my chance to talk to Lloyd Kaufman, was about Femme Fontaine, Killer Babe for the CIA. And
That is funny. Wow, that's wicked.
Yeah, that guy knows everything they've ever done, apparently, because like that was a bullshit movie that they didn't even actually make. They just distributed it, and he still knew all the details on it. Yep. Love that guy.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how the new Toxie is, with Peter Dinklage, but
yeah, I heard about it a couple years ago, and I didn't think I thought they were messing with me, because it was at the Troma booth in San Diego. They're like, oh yeah, we're doing a reboot, with Peter Dinklage and Kevin Bacon, and I forget who else was. Like, there's a bunch of people in that movie, and I'm like, what?
Quite a few people, yeah. And I was like, what? Yeah. So I'm excited. We'll see.
Yep.
Oh my goodness! Hey, what up? Ruby G in the building. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you being here. Gonzo,
yes.
We're at one of our favorite points of the show where people from at home send us their at-home artwork edition that they did for the show.
Okay.
So right now we're about to show off everyone's stuff from home. So I'm excited to see.
Check these out.
My main man, take it away, brother.
We got 11 in, and here they are. Kicking it off is Norin Rod.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I like it.
Make my screen big here.
That's some good traditional looking Dia de los Muertos art too.
Yeah, I love the faces.
I like the shape of that skull. That's a good skull shape for a Day of the Dead skull.
Yeah.
I like the bottom though. The bottom is what's really like getting me too though. Do you see like the graveyard and stuff? And
I like that Reaper. Cool. That Reaper's great.
Yeah, I like that. My man Aaron, always sending out some cool stuff.
Who knows, guys? You might be able to buy this on the Good Friday sale.
Hey.
Or the Black Friday. I said Good Friday. Oops.
Black Friday. Yeah, the Black Friday auction over at Izzy. Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. Bro.
This one comes from Manny the Hobgoblin Collector. It's Tony Stark coming back to life because the MCU demands it, and Uncle Ben staying dead.
Oh, sad face.
Sorry, Uncle Ben.
Oh, snap. I'm back. Later, Uncle Ben. And then it says, Marvel, Tony, damn you, Marvel. Say hi to Peter for me.
Say hi to Peter for me, Tony. Love it, Manny. Thank you, bro. That's great. That's funny.
All right, next up, we got this one from Cali Comics.
Cali, I love it, brother.
Two different Jokers. We got the one from the Batman and then one from the Dark Knight.
Love it.
Nice.
Those are cool.
Yeah, those are some good looking, traditional looking skulls too.
I really like the Joaquin Phoenix one. I like how you got him doing that, like almost like he's doing the jig there. You know?
Yep.
I like that.
See, I looked at that one as it was wasn't him from that. It was what's his face is from the Dark Knight. But it could be the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, I got it. I thought that was the Joaquin.
Yeah, I think it's Joaquin Phoenix. That's his suit. Yeah,
it could. Yeah, I think so. Maybe
the other one's the Nickerson.
I just automatically thought of Dark Knight one.
Gotcha. The Heath Ledger one.
Yeah. All right.
This one's beautiful.
Hold on.
Who did this?
I don't know.
Is this
23 Munch?
Oh, 23 Munch. I like how you put that in there. Nice, bro. I like how you put the little bracelet with your name on there. Nice.
So you're supposed to put it up by your face, though.
Don't listen to Travis. He doesn't know. He drew one thing one time, and then he signed it up by like eyeball, like up there. I'm like, you drew that last week, and then I was like, don't forget to sign it. and then he puts his name like up right by like next to his head, and I'm like, why'd you sign it there?
I fixed it though. It says TM you're next, so it's all
Yeah.
good. It's all good.
No,
You know what? I
23
might put
months.
this up for auction on Izzy's
Oh.
channel if anybody wants to buy it. If I get enough people that want to buy it, I know one person that probably would buy it, but I want to know if there's any more people that would buy that. I'd put it up.
23 months. Appreciate you always. Thank you guys. Appreciate everyone in the at homes. This is gorgeous, bro. Nice.
I love how it's all black and white except for the rose up here.
Yeah, that's cool. I do like that. Nice. Appreciate you.
All right, moving on. We got one from Bobby Delgado.
Bobby. Oh man, I can't wait for this to be finished.
Nice. I like that.
I
The
encourage
bat hand.
everybody. Yeah, I encourage everybody to send or like post all of their finished artwork on Instagram and tag us to them, and we'll share them out. I'll usually share them in my stories, but we always like to see the finished work. This is not finished, of course. Go follow Bobby Delgado. Go follow 23 Munch. Follow everybody that sent in at home editions tonight.
Absolutely, you better.
Yeah, or I'll
Thank
come
you,
out.
Bobby. Appreciate you, bro. I like that Batman though. That's dope. Oh,
Nice.
oh, from Coco.
Yeah. That's the dog. I can't remember his name right now.
This is another one that's not finished. She said she will be finishing it. I'm not too I've never watched Coco, so she told me it was Coco. She said she will be posting hers on her Instagram, but the dog's name is Dante.
Oh, that's right.
Dante. Yep. Man, when he changed
Actual Dracula, dude. You guys got to send in your at-homes on time, or else I can't show them. We gave you guys plenty of opportunity to. It's hard for me to jump out of this and go onto Instagram and grab it and bring it back because I got to shut down all of this and do it. So please send them when we tell you guys to. And when we start this, we're going to continue on without showing them off. I'm sorry, but it's just too much confusion and that's why we give people pretty much say like a good 45 minutes prior saying, okay, get your ad homes in the next 20, get your ad homes in the next 10. And as soon as we get this done, we're going to go jump in. It's just really hard for me to go. Like it literally, it takes a while for my Instagram to go up. And I literally have to go backstage. My internet, it's my internet and the equipment that I have. So please don't make more work for me is all I'm saying. It's frustrating is all I'm saying. But this is from Mrs. Von Hoot.
Oh, excellent. Nice. I can't wait to see that finished. I'm definitely not going to be able to finish mine, but I got a good enough done.
Yeah, making a good.
My man, brother Joe,
nice.
Look at that. I love it.
Dig it. That is dope.
Awesome. Appreciate you, brother Joe. We love that, man. That is so cool. Travis sent that to me earlier, and I went, yo, that was so great. Brother Joe, love it, brother. Thank you, man.
Yeah, very cool.
Brother Joe.
Travis goes, I got something different from Brother Joe. He says to me, he goes, he's like, face paintings art. I said, heck yeah, I love that, man. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
That's definitely artwork. Are you kidding me? Face paint? Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that's art. He just drew on his face, not paper, right?
Yeah. Yep. Maybe he drew on a paper first, then no. He had to get it down right. He was like, I got to get my eyes right. No, appreciate you, Brother Joe. Love it, man. Thank you.
I appreciate the commitment.
You know what? No, fuck you guys. I put in a lot of work and you guys just give me shit. That's like, I'm almost this fucking close to ending the fucking show, just being gone with it. So fuck you guys. I put a lot of fucking work and time into this. So you guys calm your fucking shit. Fucking.
They're just giving you shit. Just relax, man. It's okay. They're just, they're just razzing you.
Like, I almost killed myself this fucking week. You guys want to hear that?
Who's this? Who did this? Who did this picture? This is pretty wild.
I dig that skull.
That is pretty freaking wild.
Yeah, that is out there. I like it.
Who did this one? All right. I'm not sure.
All right.
Is that Mike? Oh, maybe that's Mike. Evil's Comics. I could see that being Evil's. He already left for the night, so.
Gotcha.
Oh no, it's this one comes from Bleecker.
Oh, Bleak. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You know what? I should have known with all that hair going. He's up for Comic Book Community Award for best hair in the community. So I should have known with all that crazy hair going around. That's wicked, though. That is wild.
Nice. Yeah, I do dig that skull a lot. That thing's
I like that
great.
there's a gold tooth too. I don't think he would think that I'd catch that, but I see there's
Oh
a
yeah,
gold tooth there.
that's an old tattoo trick, man. I used to do that whenever I tattooed skulls. Throw at least one gold tooth in there.
Nice. It's me. That's what Blake said. It's me. Awesome. Appreciate you, Bleak. Love it, man. Love that you've been drawing every week too, man. That's been great.
I love this
Whoa.
one. This is Skull Greymon.
Oh, nice.
This one comes from Cryo Prime.
Yeah.
dig it.
Cryo. I love it, brother. Man, you always bring some wild stuff in here, bro. That is awesome. Wicked, man. I like the colors. That is really cool. You know what I'm really digging? I'm digging the hands, though. I'm digging like how you did. I like
that he's got the decoration all the way down onto the bones, on all the bones, not just the skull. That's cool.
Yeah, that's wicked.
I can get
Awesome,
behind
bro.
And this one comes from Scott.
Oh, nice.
My man Scott. I gave him shit today. I literally was like, I'd love to see that home from you, man. And he's like, I'll try my best. And I'm like, I'm just kidding, bro. If you can. And then look at what he's made. This is wicked, bro.
Dude, that is dope. Is that all digital? He's doing that digital, right? Has to be.
I don't think
That red is too smooth.
Yeah, that does kind of look pretty smooth.
Yeah. Looks great though.
Scott,
the
man.
likeness is great on the Paul Bearer there.
Yeah, that is really great. I love this, man. This is wicked. Way to go. Appreciate you, Scott. Thank you so much for sending that home, bro. Awesome. Procreate is what he says.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome, brother. We have a winner. Dr. Von Dutzen. Whoa, I don't know. This one is pretty
Cool
freaking
too,
wicked.
yeah. I like it.
Oh, wow. I'm digging this a lot. I like the little ghosts that are flying by his head, too. Who did this?
Trying to remember who did this. Big B McFly.
Oh, man. My man, Big B McFly. Bro, I'm loving this, man. This is dope. Look at that. That is so awesome. Man, that's wicked, bro. I love that. That is
How many of these are there? That's one I'm trying to
This
gauge
is the
myself.
last one.
Oh shit! I was gonna say
This is the
I don't think I
last
might have enough time. God damn it! All right, how much time do we have?
Yeah, so these are the last ones here.
Okay.
Yep, he's just going to go through them again. Appreciate everyone. Thank you all so much for your at-home editions. You guys freaking rock and roll. Appreciate you all. I do have one question for you, Gonzo.
All right, shoot.
Do you have a food that you absolutely hate?
Oh, I can kind of deal with anything. I don't particularly care for honey or raisins. And I also don't like milk. Like like as a just by itself. I had an allergy when I was like very little, and so I never really developed a taste for it. But
Lactose intolerant, huh?
yeah, I mean, just when I was a baby, like I could drink it now. I mean, maybe if I drank a ton of it, it would make me sick. But like I could, yeah. But yeah, I don't like raisins. I don't like honey. But like if I get carrot cake with raisins in it, like I'm not picking them out. If someone asks me, hey, I'm making you a carrot cake, do you want raisins in it? I go no. But and then the same with honey. Like if there's honey on stuff, like more often than not, like I don't care. I'm not really gonna. There's nothing like I don't have a visceral reaction to anything. And I've eaten a lot of like weird shit in my life too. Like yeah, like I'll try anything as long as, like, if it's edible, if it's a thing people eat, I'm like, I'll give that a shot. Like my first wife, she's Australian, but she grew up in Papua New Guinea, which is a jungle island off the coast of Australia. And so she grew up, out there amongst the sea pig people. And we went out to visit her parents who were there. And they eat sago grubs, which are like maggots about the size of your thumb that they steam in banana leaves. And I ate those. They also,
Ugh.
like, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I've eaten some gnarly shit in my time. So I have no issue with anything. I'll
Don't
try
give me
anything.
raisins. Get the raisins out of my face, but give me them maggots.
Dude,
And
those sago grubs, man, like they're no joke. Like they were actually pretty decent. Yeah. The pilot who flew us, that was funny too. So we were out there for this like event, and the pilot who flew us out there also had sago grubs with me. Like we both were like, we were both trying them for the first time, and he had an allergic reaction to them, and like his face and neck started swelling up, and it was like really uncomfortable looking. And they gave him some antihistamines and stuff. But I was like, the whole time I'm like just checking myself, like, am I okay? Is my face all right? Like, am I gonna swell up like this guy? But yeah, man, like I'll eat anything for the most part. But there's nothing that I'm like, nope. I mean, there's places I won't go, but there's no like food. I mean, yeah, I guess that's not even all that true too. But yeah, I'll pretty much I'll eat anything.
well, I mean, considering you said grubs,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
but okay, yeah. I usually like to ask what people like hate. We've had people say they hate sloppy joes.
Oh no.
We have people say they hate eggs, like the two guys that are on this panel over here. But yeah, so I like to see what people just don't like to eat.
Yeah, I'll try anything, and yeah, I don't have like those. Yeah, I don't have anything that I'm like absolutely not. I have no texture issues too. Like I'll eat oysters. I'll eat like all like I just if it's slimy, crunchy, chewy, weird. Like there's no texture that'll like freak me out. Like yeah. I a lot of people's like normal picadillos, like I'm totally fine with. Yeah, life's an adventure, man. Gotta try it all.
Yeah. Well, Gonzo,
Yep.
this is the end of the show where either you choose if you want to show your artwork first, or if you want me to show my artwork before you show yours.
I'm gonna
It's
make
up to
you, because I literally have like, if you give me 5 minutes, I can probably finish this thing. So give me a second. Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna try to make this happen. Like
I
finish.
just got to say, Gonzo, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Truly
yeah.
appreciate you. Thank you so much to everyone in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with us, asking questions, sending the at-homes. We love that so much. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you all. So anyway, I haven't finished yet. I thought I was definitely going to be done with this, but it became way too intricate, and it got way from me. So I still have some stuff to do on it, but you'll get the gist of it. So I did a 90s cartoon character, and I don't know why. He had a big head, so I figured I could do some cool stuff with it. But does everyone remember Bobby from Bobby's World?
Oh yeah.
So and what I'm doing
Oh,
is
nice. That's great, man.
Bobby from Bobby's World. But the thing is that I'm putting a spider web behind him, because remember he had that spider plushie?
That I don't remember. Was that the one that was voiced by Howie Mandel?
Yep. Yeah, that's the Howie Mandel. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm getting, I still got some work on there to do, but this was a lot more than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, by the way, I'll be done. Burp, burp. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so Bobby's World, 90s cartoons. So,
all right. Yeah, vamp for like 3 minutes and I can finish this thing, I think. So
yeah, so
we can chat.
Then, the little I can't remember what the spider's name was. He had a little spider plushie best friend that he would take on adventures and stuff. And
that part I don't remember. What years were those on?
It was from it was on for like 7 seasons too. I saw it today and I was like, what?
Really?
7 seasons?
Yeah.
But I think it started in 92. I want to say 91 or 92.
Yeah, that was like
it was right after Camp Candy.
Yeah, after I was a kid, but like before I had kids. So there's like a sweet spot of like kid stuff that I missed in my life. So yeah. I remember seeing it, and I was always a Howie Mandel fan, but it was just wasn't anything that could make its way into my life. Yeah, I was 18 in 1992. Jeez.
I did Run of 2 Moons. which is actually a pretty good book. I mean,
What
it
is that?
was
What
rough
is
in
that?
the end, but I didn't know what else to do on this cover, so I was like, well, let's do Bobby.
What is Two Moons about?
Well, it's actually like a Native American, like set
Oh,
back,
nice.
and what happens is he gets pretty much like this Native American. He kind of tries to fit in and like not, trying to be like part of the army, like like and be white.
Oh,
And he's
gotcha.
haunted by his like great ancestors. Like he goes, what you're doing is wrong, and like
Yeah.
and then he's like, then he puts a curse on him where he sees like the evil in people, and
Oh shit.
let me tell you, it's wild. It is a wild book, but it just sucks because I feel like they rushed the end. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is good, and then all of a sudden it was like, all right, we're gonna end it real quick, and I'm like, oh, no,
Yeah.
but it was really cool. Very, they did come up with a second. Oh, here you go. Check this out. So you can see like he could see like the bad in people, but they're like monsters.
Oh shit. Nice. That's kind of
Yeah.
creepy. Nice.
Yeah.
Who's drawn that? Who's the artist on that?
It's what's his name? Can't say his name. Here, I'll read it for you. It's Valerio Galginardo.
Oh geez,
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, it's last name is Giangiordano.
Okay. Bad. That was a lot of letters coming at me in
I'll
a
send it
hurry.
to you. Like I said, it was really good. Like, and then like I
Yeah.
said, it was kind of like they were like, well, it's only going to be 5 issues, so let's end it real quick. And it's like, oh man, I wanted to. If you continue, just like if it could have been like 7, would have been
Yeah.
good. But
Well, they
anyway.
might have got the plug pulled on them too. Like that happens where they're like, "Oh, you get 10 issues," and then like, "Cool," and they set their whole like pace for 10 issues, and then the company's like, "Nope, you got you got 5. Wrap it up."
They
Oh,
ended up doing like a second like volume, and it just didn't hit like this. So kind of fell off. But like I said, shout out to Uncle Phil who sent me this blank Two Moons. I didn't know what to put on it until this show. So thank you, Uncle Phil. And yeah, if anyone remembers Bobby's World, give me a shout out.
And then you guys raffle these off, is that correct?
I mean, to be honest with you, I have so much pieces of artwork that's sitting around.
Gotcha.
That like if people want to hit me up, and like if they see something on the show, hit me up.
Gotcha.
I'm willing to sell anything. But we just our buddy Izzyverse NYC is doing a Friday, a Black Friday sale. And and then what we're gonna do is people can get artwork. This is already sold, but did you redo a power bomb?
Oh yeah, I'm almost done with it. But yes, believe me,
So-
as a guy who draws a wrestling book, everybody told me about that book. And honestly,
Yeah.
so here's a fun story too. I met Daniel Warren Johnson because he came by my table after at Heroes.
Time?
Yeah, after that had wrapped up, and he was like, "Hey man, I just wanted to tell you, I really loved La Mano del Destino." He's like, it was a huge inspiration to me in do a power bomb. I mean, like it was like one of the things he looked at. I don't think like he ripped me off, nor do I think that I was like the guy that got him to me. Like he loves wrestling, he's a good guy, but he did say he really enjoyed La Mano, and it was inspirational to him when he was do a power bomb. So that was a huge compliment that I didn't know how to take, to be honest with you. Like, holy shit,
that is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
but
cool.
yeah, so I mean, but like I said, Izzy's doing that, so I mean, I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff for sale.
Right on.
Yeah, but anyway, I gotta
All right, cool,
say
man.
thank you so much again, everyone, and let's see what Gonzo's got to show.
All right, so I did the like Day of the Dead version of My La Mano del Destino, so which I've never done before. I've done skull versions with his mask on there, but I did the like if you look at my character, his name's La Mano del Destino. It's like the Hand of Destiny in Spanish. Yeah, this is the Day of the Dead version of that. I wish I could figure out how to straighten this out.
That is wicked.
There you go.
That
Yeah,
is so dope.
there you go.
Awesome,
Cool, man.
brother. Awesome,
All right,
awesome.
sweet. So what am I doing with this? Am I sending this to you guys so you can auction it off or something, or do I get a hold on to
Whatever
it?
you want to do with it, man. It's entirely up to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of, I mean, sometimes if anybody usually draws in the show, if they want to, like, we had Ryan Atagawa, and he he didn't want to sell it. He was like, I don't know. He's like, we're like, okay, well, you could donate to Comics Curing Cancer. And so that sold, as an original art piece from our show. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you, brother. Whatever you want to do. It's just fun. We're just here having fun.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So
all right, sweet. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean,
if you want to send it to someone like, on the show, that would, there may be a guy here that would think it's cool.
All right, man. We'll talk after on the air. Yeah, I'll figure out. You're in Jersey, right? Like I don't have to do a custom.
Oh no, I'm in Florida now. I used to.
Oh,
be
that's right. Yeah, that's even easier, man. Yeah. We'll talk after the show.
All right.
Yeah, maybe you guys can auction this off and put some good to it.
Hey, that'd be
come out of
dope.
it.
I mean,
All right, cool.
we could auction it off. Yeah, you know what? We'll
Yeah.
talk. We'll
Yeah. I'll send it to you, and then you can auction it off for the Comics Cure Cancer. Yeah.
Can you show us one more time, Gonzo? I just
What's
want to check. Can you show it one more time? I want to see that
cool,
one more time.
See if I can make this.
Look at the signs on the side of the head, man. You nailed that, bro.
I do a lot. I do a lot of Day of the Dead stuff, man. This is my wheelhouse. I mean, the Turtles for Christ's sake. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to mirror it myself, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what the hell's wrong with me?
Now that's art.
I just what I ended up doing was I sort of did this with the Turtles is I'll draw. Let me see what the hell I do here. So I'll do it on a tracing paper, and then I will just do half of it, and then I will just trace it on the other half, and then I will either light box this onto the table. So when I ink it, I'm inking each half separately, so they'll be slightly different anyway. But at least I started with something that was kind of symmetrical, and then I didn't you can see I didn't put all the marks on there. Like that shit I just did by myself, but the bigger kind of chunks of that. So I did a little bit of that with the turtle stuff where I do half of it, but stuff like Donnie was holding his staff, so he only had the one, only one hand was up, and then Leo's got the scar, so that eye was different than the other eye. But I try to make it easy on myself, but then I will I'll end up tracing, I'll end up inking everything off. I would never just ink half of it and then scan it in and then dupe it. I want it to look hand done, but at least I start with something that's completely symmetrical, has bilateral symmetry, but then eventually it just kind of, it'll stray from that as I ink everything and finalize it.
Nice, brother. Awesome.
All right, cool, man.
Gonzo, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Truly
great
appreciate
being
you
here,
being here, man. Thank you so much for taking time out. We know you're busy with shows, cons, and everything, and going on. And now now you got all these covers. People are hunting you down now.
Yeah, yeah. I got a niche. Hey, if I could do nothing but Day of the Dead Skulls and for the rest of my career, I'll be happy. I'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again, and thank you so much for bringing this topic. I love that. Man. That was great. Great theme for tonight. So
cool. Yeah. Hey, thank you guys for having me, and then thank your audience was great, man. This is the most interactive thing I've ever done, where people are watching, where you open it up for questions and people actually ask questions, which is kind of a rarity. So yeah, I dug it. It was a good time.
Oh yeah. We tried it. We love to have the chat as involved as much as we are. We want them to be as part of the show. So they ask 90% of the questions. And like I said, they send at-home editions too. People drawn. I love it. It's great.
It's good community you got here, man. This was fun. We'll have to do it again sometime. When I'm doing other stuff that's not Day of the Dead Skulls. We'll figure it out.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, man.
And do you have anything coming up? Anything you want to mention? Anything you having a show coming up, or
I'm not doing any shows until I'm in LA for Permanent Damage, which is December 10th. But if you're in LA and you want to go to Permanent Damage, I'll be there. It's the only thing I have until March of next year. I'm trying to get work done instead of just going to conventions. I mean, realistically, just the turtle covers are coming out. Like I said, the first one's out. The other 4 are if you follow IDW, they just posted all 4 of them. So follow IDW on Instagram and it'll have those, or follow me on Instagram. I'm just J Gonzo Art, the letter J Gonzo Art, all one word. That's my only, that and my Twitter, but Twitter's kind of is what Twitter is now. So Instagram's the best place to follow me. So do that. And yeah, man, and buy those covers if you can. I mean, I would like them to sell well. I don't make any more or less money because of them selling well, but I think that I would like them to do well for IDW at least.
Bro, they're so dope. They're so fun. Like I said, that's what drew me when I saw that on your board behind you. I just went and I was like, man, those are so awesome.
Yeah, they really. I was not prepared for turtle fandom either. Having a thing like that out, it was a whole different convention experience for me. And turtle fans have been great. So yeah, it's been a fun experience. I mean, I get to come on the shows and do this sort of thing. So yeah, it's been fun. Thanks, man.
Heck yeah, bro. Travis, what you got going on, brother? Anything coming up?
No, not really.
Okay.
Resting.
All right. Well, and just keep the notification bell on for me. You never know when I may drop something, but keep an eye out for something. I mean, I just reached 500 subscribers, so there's going to be a 500 subscriber giveaway video here shortly. So keep an eye out for that from me. And I mean, and we're just here having fun, having a great time. Gonzo, thank you so much again.
Oh, thank
Travis,
you.
thank you so much for running the chat and everything you do on your end. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much to this chat. You guys are amazing. Again, we couldn't do the show without you. And thank you again for making us a finalist for the Comic Book Community Awards. We are so pumped to have this show as a finalist in its first year. So thank you all. You guys are amazing. And Travis, we have anything to play out for these wonderful people?
Yeah, Callie's going to take us out here.
I guess she's my cousin, but she needs some sweet loving anyway.